Go ahead. I got to set the comments up.
It's always something with him.
Yeah, you guys can go.
Oh, we're on.
We're on.
Oh, sorry. I don't see a notification though anywhere, so we can't tell anybody about it.
Oh, there it is. I didn't get a notification about it, but I see it.
I don't see it.
It says we've been live for 11 minutes, and if that's so, we're in big trouble.
If that's so, we got real problems.
We're in big trouble.
Oh, are you serious?
That's what it says.
11 seconds.
No, I saw 11 minutes. Let's open it up. Oh, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good now, Phil.
Sweet Jesus.
Always assume.
Oh, no.
Always assume it's
with
on.
you. I'm with you.
You know what? I don't know if I can. I'll try to share it on my personal page. Share. More options. Copy.
We got 19. Hey, if you're give us a test, put a quick comment, say hello, so we'll know you're there and everything's working.
You don't have to say hello.
We'd
You can say
appreciate that.
whatever you want.
Well, hello
However
would
you-
be
however
would be appropriate.
However they feel. What's the
Hi, hello, good evening. Shut the heck up.
Hey, the T of Texas is back.
Ooh,
What happened to us? Where's that at?
YouTube.
YouTube.
He's a YouTuber.
Oh,
the T
yeah.
of Texas. I'm sure he's moved into Guthrie, settling down well. I'm sure of.
We'll go ahead and look at Mr. T's comment. And
Mr. T. Hello, Cindy. Very nice. Thank you, Cindy.
T of Tex, howdy, gentlemen. For the record, y'all were not live until just a few seconds ago. Thank you.
Praise God.
T of Texas.
That's a good thing, T. That's a good thing.
Cindy Short, good to see you, Cindy.
Praise God.
All right, I'm going to post it on my
Hi,
Facebook
Delta.
page.
I'm gonna.
Josh, A-Team. Josh Siebold. Our little
gonna-
buddy. Joshua. Josh, hopefully you guys had a great vacation. You and the fam jam.
Subscriptions. What is this under? Got the news page. Okay, so this is it.
So I think I shared it to mine.
Oh, got ads. I can't do nothing about ads.
Got to turn the volume down a
Can't do
little bit.
nothing. Can't do nothing about an ad.
Well,
Oh, Mama's here.
Who?
Not wrong. Oh, no, sister's here.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I looked the wrong thing.
we're a day late this week. We apologize.
What happened?
It's Phil's fault.
Phil was traveling.
Wasn't my fault. You guys could have done the show without me.
Well, we were wasting time on our set. Oh, by the way, new set today.
Thanks to.
Aaron Ryburn.
Hey, Ryburn.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron. Really appreciate it.
Ronnie and I were trying to figure this out last night. We fought. Didn't work out.
And we said, let's call Aaron.
Call the pro.
I said, let's get Aaron in here.
Yeah.
We do stuff as a team. So is we.
Well, I
Okay.
don't
A little bit
remember.
of a stretch, but
Okay.
But anyway, Aaron was here, and we have lighting, new setup, and so everything goes well tomorrow. We'll have a different setup as well. So
yeah.
What's tomorrow?
Oh, you're getting mine.
I get Phil.
We get some emails from Phil.
We were working on
boy.
the setup here.
I just realized I don't have to look at the Facebook because you get all of it right there.
Absolutely
So I can get out of this if I want.
correct.
Oh, well.
It's always been the
less
case.
distractions
Oh.
for Phil.
Oh.
Makes me happy.
We're gonna get started here in just a second.
What's wrong with now?
How do I get I want a computer over
Still
here.
looking around town. It's a process nowadays. Nice new set, but still needs the token background plant. See there? That's
we just took that plan out. We literally just took that plan away 3 seconds ago before we went live.
yeah.
He wants to play it. T-Tex wants to play it.
Sarah is really against it, so I'm here to tell you.
I want to know who T of Texas is.
See, that's why they had that name to do that with you.
The T of Texas. I want to know who this is. Come out behind the curtain, T of Texas.
No.
So,
Come out from behind the curtain.
hey, and by the way, we're going to get started here in a second.
Saying that.
Said that already.
We got producers.
Oh, yeah.
This is like becoming. Where's the sponsor? We're a few sponsors away from becoming big boys.
Big boys.
Yeah, we got 2 producers. We got lighting. We got a new background. We'll take a look at comments. See, I don't know. I got to figure that out.
Lighting looks great. Thanks, Sarah.
So we got to figure out the comment deal. So that's the only thing.
The comment deal.
he can't just control the comments
I'm not
himself.
controlling
we got
it.
producers, so he has a control issue.
That bothers you.
No,
We
so
talked about, that's what it is.
so how do I know when to tell them to go to the comment?
You don't have to tell them. They know what to do.
They, I mean,
They don't. No, they don't. They
I'm
don't.
falling for that line again. I'm falling for that line.
So he doesn't want to give you his name. He gives it away.
The T of Texas. Do you know who the T of Texas
No.
is?
Well, he's not from Guthrie because he's thinking about moving here.
I think
Unless
it's all Rouge.
unless he's-
I think it's somebody from Guthrie, and I think they're messing with us.
I think it's 826, no,
I
maybe.
don't know why I have to do that close up.
Oh, that's the other thing.
Jeez, that was
Who
scary.
was that? Is that Connor?
So here's the other thing. We got multi-cameras as well. So now we're going to have what they call tight shots.
Oh, we don't need all
so
those
when
on
we have
film.
great discussions, like I'm talking here, and they can't get it's tough. And so that's part of the. So we got to reverse the camera. So we're working on a bunch of different things right now on the new setup. So.
Where's the sensor at on that thing? In the back? Or
It's in the front.
Oh, it's in the front. That's why.
You just got to get closer. Ronnie's been a big old boy for a while now.
Do you know Kent Luck
That's my buddy.
from?
He's from Ohio. Well,
Oh.
we got a viewer from Ohio here, but he's from Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Oh, he
Muskogee.
is. But he lives in Ohio?
Yeah, we worked together for many, many years.
Well, you said that like I was supposed to know that somehow.
Well, you should have. We
kind of
talked. We
attacked
talked
me a
about
little
last.
bit.
I
Did
wore
you see that?
I wore his shirt last week. Remember?
Oh, the OSU guy.
Yeah, that's Kent.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, bad.
Okay, don't attack my medical
Here we go.
condition. This is.
You got thyroid issues too, don't you?
I got a lot of problems. Evidently, I got melanoma on the top of my head too. I found out earlier.
I didn't know Jabba Chamberlain never played for them.
Oh.
Been hearing that for years.
Oh.
Been hearing it for years.
Oh.
Okay, you probably want the comments taken off now. See, I don't have that.
I'm a big fan of Kent's.
You should hear the way he talks to me.
I've got a pretty good sampling right there.
Okay. Well, I guess.
You okay not being able to control the comments?
Is Mr. Chappell here yet?
Oh yeah, he's already commented.
Mr. Chappell did?
He asked if we had a new office.
Jeff Chappell is watching.
I've not seen the
That
comment
always
come
makes
through.
me nervous when Jeff is watching. Hi, Jeff.
You got to turn the captions.
What did I do wrong?
Oh,
Why do I have to turn them on?
Hey, turn
How'd I do
captions
that?
off.
You can have them on there, I guess. So, okay.
I'm just glad Jeff's watching.
We're going to have an open mic, but we're also going to talk a little high school sports. So, for our other podcasts on the high school huddle. So,
We're doing open mic first?
part of the open mic will have the high school huddle.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going.
All right.
We are recording, right? Okay.
Oh, boy.
All right. So we ready to get started
Wow.
here? All right, here we go.
What are we doing?
Oh, hey, there's a tie shot. Okay, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. So this is what I look like when I talk into the tie shot. And you go ahead and just hit 2. Just go right to it.
there's no reason.
You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, go 2.
Oh, boy.
See what this looks like. The camera hasn't moved yet.
Boy.
Okay, there's 2. Here comes Phil. Boom. Tie shot for Phil. Okay, we're going
A
to
lot of
go.
old man spots on top of
3.
that.
Now, we saw the tie shot earlier of Ronnie, and boom. All right.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's go
I gotta
widescreen.
trim that sucker. That thing's getting a little
All right.
thick. Little thick.
We just keep adding to the show. This is awesome.
Tight shots.
Tight shot. All right.
All
You
right.
ready?
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh boy, Chapel's up
We've
to
been here
something.
since 3.
Well, we've been working.
What'd Chappell say?
So where are you?
Oh, no. Do not tell Mr. Chappell where we are.
Oh, parts unknown.
Oh, wait, is my car locked?
You didn't have your car keys earlier.
Oh, boy.
All right, here we go. Welcome inside the Open Mic Podcast, along with Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you. We are coming a day late. Phil was traveling. Ronnie and I were slaving inside the studio, working on different stuff, and so
It's always Phil is always the common denominator when we don't. go
You
on.
know, boys, we don't want to start this tonight.
Phil said he had a rough day yesterday.
Feeling a little feisty right now. I can start fighting back if you want me to.
You had a rough day yesterday.
I did have a rough
Just
day
because your meeting went a little 3 hours over than it was supposed to, don't take it out on us.
I worked more hours yesterday than I have in the last 3 weeks. It was terrible.
By the way, before I forget, because I've been forgetting, Phil
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
is a published author.
I am.
He's a writer.
How about it?
Who knew Phil was a writer?
Started
And-
book number 2 last week.
Okay.
How about that?
Another one.
So my question is what page am I on?
You actually are mentioned in the book.
I mentioned in the book.
You are mentioned in the book.
So do you get royalties for that?
Oh, no. No, there's absolutely nothing in it for
I don't remember signing any royalty.
Yeah, you don't have to.
So it says Chris Evans.
Yes. Actually, I believe it says my little buddy, Chris Evans.
Oh,
Wow.
that's big time. Man.
What's
Yeah, you'll just have to wait.
Well, no, this
No.
it's called a teaser.
That was it.
Well, no, not me, the audience.
Well, that was it.
It's a teaser.
You want to know the title of the book?
Yeah, give me the title of the book.
Stop Whining and Be Bold.
Stop whining and be bold.
You sure it's only there one time?
Only one time. Yeah.
Everything else goes by my little buddy, right?
Yeah, it is. Stop Whining and Be Bold. And
What's it about?
It's a book on leadership and just, what we've learned in our business as far as how to run a business effectively with the clients we work with, interviews we've done with business owners, and just stuff we've learned. My business partner, Dave Evans, a very accomplished leader in the military. He's a retired colonel, Air Force Academy grad, 17 deployments in 24 years. He's flown countless combat missions. Just a real, I call him Captain America. I mean, he's just a real stud.
But
but
Captain America is Chris Evans.
No. The real Captain America is Dave Evans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the actor. But no, it's just our take on leadership and what you need to do to get the most out of your business and how to help your employees be better. So yeah, we're excited about it, and we're excited about book number 2, and then I'm going to write a third book actually when book number 2 is done.
Very cool. Yeah. So when will it be available to purchase?
It'll be on Amazon. We're on Amazon. We're on, so you can go to Amazon and order it probably in about 2 weeks. And then we just got confirmation on the printing, so we'll have copies that I'll be giving away a lot of copies to just friends.
Are you going to sign them for us?
Sure, if you want me to.
No, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I would like to sign one.
Yeah, but
just in case.
But we're going to get, but the main thing will be on Amazon. That's a big deal. I've never really realized what all went into getting on Amazon to sell a book, because there's this whole process you have to go through.
Just to sell a book?
Well, I mean,
anybody can sell anything on Amazon.
No,
it's a little different for a book.
It's totally different. You got to have a barcode. You got to have all these specific writing numbers. I mean, it's a whole freaking.
We got to make sure it's not fake news.
What the front of the album looks like.
Oh,
and
it's
all
a whole. I mean, it's a whole big thing. I mean, I can show you guys. I know you guys will see it, but just to kind of look at it.
Our producers can't pull up the book on the.
Not yet. It's on email.
Where's the producers at? You're already slacking day one.
Emails.
Man.
But yeah, we're excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then our next book's going to be on kind of a continuum on peer advisory and how to work with other business owners to make your business stronger, and so just fun stuff that we're pretty that we're passionate about. So it's there you go. There's the cover.
Yeah.
So stop whining and be bold. There's your little buddy. There's Captain America, Dave Evans.
Oh, so only get name. I don't have a picture in there.
Well, no, not yet.
Are there any pictures in there?
No pictures.
Not a picture book.
It's not a picture book. But then my third book's going to be I'm probably more, because it's not going to be about business. It's going to be about something else. So third book's going to be fun. I kind of eased into this whole process of learning how to do it with something I was comfortable with. My third book's going to be about, it's going to be telling a story about a young man that meant a lot to me. So it's going to be fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So we'll wait a couple more weeks.
A couple more weeks. First book, Stop Whining and Be Bold, will be out.
Very cool.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. That'd be awesome.
Appreciate that.
We got to be on our best behavior here,
Oh, boy.
Ronnie. We got a comment. Shelley mentions, Chris and Ronnie, I've seen you two since you're all kids. We grew up next, Janet and Bobby. Uncle Janet, Uncle Bobby.
Who's this?
All kids I grew
Shelley
up
Cook.
next to.
Oh, wow.
Appreciate you.
Where are
Checking us out.
See, that scares me.
Mr. Chappell?
He wants to know where we are.
Oh, boy.
That's not good.
All right, let's get into, let's save the huddle for a little bit.
Okay.
Let's get warmed up so we can kind of get going here a little bit. But I know that you had a couple of topics on there that you wanted to get to, Ronnie.
Oh, I don't even remember what I wrote down.
Oh, I got him right here.
Do you?
Yep. Probably won't. Well, a few things on a local level. We talk about the Memorial Run.
Let's do that. Let's talk about him.
Talk about the Memorial Run
we can do
first
that.
for CJ.
Yeah. Oh, boy, there we go. Yeah, so what's today? That would have been Monday?
Yeah,
Yep.
Monday evening.
Okay, so everybody knows the Edmond police officer, Sergeant C.J. Nelson, was tragically killed in Edmond. He's on the bike patrol, motorcycle patrol, and a truck came in from behind him and smashed him, killed him, and just a horrible, horrible situation. 38 years old, and his final call came in Guthrie. There was a barricaded subject that we talked about on the podcast last week about that. But he was on the SWAT team as well, and his last call was the Guthrie call to come out and do that. So, there's a lot of people. It's anyone can make an argument, but everyone's talking about why did we call Edmond? Why didn't this happen? But maybe that was the reason why he got one last final run with his buddies on the SWAT team to do that. So maybe that's why, there's a whole bunch of things that go into that. I always find myself thinking about that. Maybe that's why we had to call Edmond, so he had one last go with his buddies. And I was in the area, and I really think he was the one that came up and took a picture of the layout of the house. Wow. And so he can go back to the SWAT team and kind of tell them what's going on, where the living room's at, where the stairs are at, how we can get to this. So I think he was the one that was kind of running the thing. It sure did look like him, reflecting back on it. Well,
and obviously a very accomplished officer. He was a field training officer. We know a good friend of ours, his bride. He was her field training officer. And
Mark Bruning's
wife.
I
didn't want to let Heather.
He mentioned it.
Okay, but was Heather's field training officer. And, you don't get to be a field training officer unless you got your stuff squared away. And left behind a beautiful wife and a child. Mm-hmm. I believe their wedding anniversary was the day after he.
His 13-year. It would have been his 13-year the day after at Edmond Police Department.
At 13. Okay, his anniversary is on the PD.
Yeah.
So just a very sad deal, but very proud of what. Really, Mark Bruning started this whole thing. Yeah,
Mark sent Lieutenant Mark Bruning. By the way, a great investigator.
Great guy.
But he made a message to Sheriff Damon Devereaux, and Sheriff said, "Yeah, absolutely, let's do it." And so they put this run together. So the Memorial Mile. It was at the high school track, 6 o'clock. It was hot, but Ace Hardware donated water. Other people donated ice. And so a mile at the track is 4 laps. Firefighters showed up in their bunker gear.
Full gear,
Yeah, police officers showed up in their protective vest. Families came out. I know Chubbo and his family. Ronnie
Colin was there.
Colin Duell was there.
A lot of people there.
A lot of people there, and some ran, some walked. They got their mile in. Some did extra as well as they did that. And a few people made a few donations as well. So a very cool deal by Officer Lieutenant Mark Bruning and Sheriff Demeril to do that. And the Guthrie ambulance and all them were out there just in case anybody got hot. No one got hot. Also a big thank you because, you guys see what it's like to set up all the equipment at home in football games. Clay Drake had music going. He brought his big speakers. And I'm sure Clay did it absolutely for free. Clay does a lot of great
Clay's
stuff.
A great guy.
So, it's just a bunch of people come together. I know Channel 9 came down and did a story on it. But big thank you to Aaron Ryburn. I just wrote a few words on an article, but Aaron, on the article, it's the main story on Guthrie News page. But Aaron produced a video that is really, really cool. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
first class.
And so Mark and Damon, Aaron interviewed Mark and Damon, and they kind of put it all together, what we're talking about here. So if you haven't been able to watch that video, it's the main story on Guthrie News page, or you can go to the YouTube page and click that there and watch that. Pretty cool deal.
Good stuff, yeah. And it's cool that we had somebody like Mark that said we need to do this, and took it upon himself to put it together in a short period of time.
Yeah, it was the day of his funeral as well.
So really appreciate what Mark did.
To coincide with that, what was going on is that there's an individual who does mile runs for every fallen officer.
Oh my gosh!
And we did it at the same exact time as he was doing his run for CJ.
How old is that kid?
He's a young man. He's young.
He's young guy.
I mean, he's less than 16.
Oh, yeah. I think he's 14. I think I read somewhere 13 or 14.
But he's ran, 2,000 miles, I think, something like that, for fallen officers.
And I've heard him, and I watched the video. Bruning sent it to me. This is what we're doing here, so I can have what the event was about. Wow. And that kid, and I told Bruni.
Runs with the flag.
Yeah, runs. I go.
And he mails the flag to the family.
Yeah, and I go, this kid's wise beyond his years.
Big time.
Yeah.
No, he's big time.
So very cool deal.
Yeah, very cool.
Before we segue into our next segment, just a reminder, help us out here. Open Mic Podcast is part of the Second Banana Media. So we invite you to like Second Banana Media on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. But if you can go to Second Banana Media on YouTube, that would really help us out with subscribers on that deal. We stream this live on Guthrie News page, but the goal is to get a lot of stuff on Second Banana Media. High School Huddle is on there.
Gives us more opportunity to do different things.
To do different things as well. So subscribe to Second Banana
share,
Media.
Share.
Yeah, and while you're doing it now, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like button. That helps us out on a bunch of different stuff. And
Kent, like that button. I know you're watching. Kent, push the like button.
Subscribe to Guthrie News page as well.
Subscribe
But
for sure.
Second Banana Media on that will really, really help us out a bunch.
Yeah, no doubt.
Rodney Poplin says, looks like you guys are at the golf course. That's exactly where we're at.
Yeah.
Rodney got us. Dead
How do
gone
you
it.
know that?
Now Chappell's going to find us at the golf course.
No, he won't drive all the way out here. Will he?
No. Ooh. That one's off the fairway.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
about hit us.
Okay, wedge, you think 100 wedge will get that? Maybe 9
Sand
iron.
wedge.
Yeah,
I would
sand
use a
wedge.
60.
Thanks, Rod. All right. Terry White says, it looks like they're at my neighbor's house.
He's exactly right, too.
They got us.
Man.
They got us.
Golly.
Don't tell Jeff. Sweet Jesus.
All right. Moving on.
What are we moving on to?
Oklahoma City Spark.
No, that's Huddle stuff.
Spark?
Spark?
Oklahoma City Spark.
Spark? That's
Do you
like,
like the name?
that's cousin Nene.
Not a big fan of the name.
I kind of, when I first heard it, again, we're talking about is Oklahoma City Spark is a new professional softball team in Oklahoma City. So
Don't like the
you'll
name.
start seeing them. They'll be playing
Spark
at Hall
or
of Fame.
Sparks?
Spark.
Yeah.
So that's a new professional softball team, and I didn't necessarily like the name because it reminded me of the WNBA Spark team, and then that's what kind of. So I kind of didn't like it because Nathan has already ordered a shirt. So
Well, I hope the softball has a better following than WNBA.
I will go on a limb and say yes.
Yeah, but I'm being serious. I mean, the WNBA's following is horrible.
Well, no, yeah.
horrible.
There was I watched a video on WNBA, and there's a guy literally outside a WNBA arena, and they had posters and pictures of the individual ladies, and it has their name on it, and he had like a $100 bill and goes, "I'll give you $100 if you can name any of them." And their names are literally right by them. They still didn't even think
It's
about
very
looking over there.
sad. It's very sad.
My thing with the professional women's league, I'm like, because I want them to make it.
Yeah.
But like college softball is on a high of high.
Yeah.
And so anything outside right now, women's college World Series or regional or softball, it's already tiered down. Now, can they go up there? It's going to take a lot of time and effort to do that.
You got players.
If it's ever going to go above, it's got to be now because this is the height of softball.
Now I want to know: is this the same professional league that they already had, and they just brought one to Oklahoma City?
That would be a question for Nathan. I do not know.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Cousin Nate, help us out there, brother.
Cousin Nate's
I
probably
know,
out with the
I know
family.
Josh Analo, she's playing in Shawnee, Kansas, on a professional team there.
So we need a
She
trade.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was in a whole different state.
Well, Kansas is a different state than Oklahoma.
No, I thought you said Shawnee.
Shawnee, Kansas.
Well, there's a Shawnee, Oklahoma. You didn't say Shawnee, Kansas.
Well, you're from Kansas. I thought you'd be with me on this.
Am I the only one that this matters for? Can you get control of your brother?
Well, I knew.
I had teammates from Shawnee, Kansas, so I knew exactly.
Jesus.
I knew it was Shawnee, Kansas, but
Shawnee,
So,
Michigan.
Phil, you're out of this on this.
No, I'm right.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Rodney asked, "What can we talk about on this podcast? Can we vent about different topics?"
Sure.
You throw it out there.
This
You
is
guys
an
got a topic
open
for us?
mic. We
Let's
got
go.
comments here. What do
Let's
you-
go.
Hey, he's in Janet's watching though, Phil.
Oh,
so
no, you know what, Aunt Janet? Sorry. Let's go.
So
Come on.
make sure
Come
they're
on,
good.
Rodney. Pull it out.
Full straight.
Give us one, Rodney. We're ready. He did not say Shawnee, Kansas.
I did
Sarah.
say Shawnee,
You were
Kansas.
married to him. It doesn't count.
I 100% said Shawnee, Kansas.
Let it go.
While we await,
Producer says yes.
we can go back to the film.
No, we don't have to do all that.
By the way, Shelly, thank you for the stars. Boys, I got to tell you, won't go into details, but
Here we go.
I got the email on the stars last month.
Oh,
It was a good month.
Yeah, last month, you had some battles going.
Yeah, there was some
You get a
battles.
couple wars going every other week, you'd be all right.
I won't go into details, but here's the pie chart. And,
Right here?
Okay, so this is the low end.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's normally like here.
I thought you were pointing at Phil.
It was up here. Hopefully it stays up here, but yeah.
That's
the stars.
funny.
So appreciate everybody with the stars. They do help out with lighting, multiple cameras, the different tight shots now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 different lights. Oh, actually 7 lights in here. So I mean,
And we might need more with tomorrow's project.
Yeah, this has been an 8-hour project, counting yesterday and today.
Phil, the numbers are going against you now.
What's that?
Aunt Janet says Kansas as well.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I have no problem admitting that I was wrong.
Well, is that because Aunt Janet said it?
Well, if Aunt Janet says it and Sweet Sarah says it, then I was obviously wrong.
T-Fred, you can go
apologize
ahead
to
and
me?
turn the feed off.
I apologize.
Thank you.
T-Fred, we'll be talking about your McGinnis Irish here in a second, by the way.
Well, bad news.
In the high school huddle part.
Why is he coming at you?
I know, T-Fred, I don't know. T-Fred and I thought
T-Fred's been a little aggressive
We
last
talked
couple
about
weeks.
that last week. Not even top 50, right?
No. He's top 20. He's top 25.
By the way, thank you, T-Fred, for bringing up Tracy Lawrence. I got, since we last talked here.
Top 25.
Well, Rod put a topic up just so you know.
Yeah, no, we'll get to Rod here in a second. Yeah.
Good. Is it spicy?
No, that's what he posted about the other day. I mean, it's kind of spicy if it happens to you. I get it.
Yeah. Well, it's been a topic that's come up before in county commissioners. I can
Oh, is he on the YouTubes?
No, he's on Facebook.
He's on Facebook.
But anyway,
there it is.
Since this week, I purchased 2 tickets for concerts.
Tracy Lawrence and
Well,
Tracy
no,
Lawrence?
Tracy Lawrence. I'm going to that one. You don't have to purchase tickets in advance for that one.
Well, of course not, because he's not very popular.
He's very popular.
Oh.
Tracy Lawrence?
You going to Reba?
Very, very popular.
Yeah,
Are
very.
you going to Reba in September?
Got Reba
Who's
tickets.
she?
Still the greatest singer of all time. With the best country music song of all time. Ken, have I ever sung Fancy to You? I'm pretty sure I have.
Sweet.
Ken has heard Fancy.
So,
I'm pretty sure of it.
I got I got Reba tickets,
Been there, seen
and
that?
then I'm going old school. And it's more. My wife really likes him,
Oh, boy.
so
Clay Walker?
no, we've seen him a couple times.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Nope. Nope.
First shot.
T of Texas says Dolly and Reba. You got half of it right. Reba is definitely on there.
Dolly's better.
Kent says Fancy, don't let me down.
Try not to fight tonight, all right?
Next
better.
next week I will be going seeing. I haven't seen him. John Michael Montgomery.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Hey,
good.
that's a good one.
Where's that show at?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to give it away.
Well, I mean,
They're
out
not
of
a
state?
sponsor.
Is it out of state?
Oh no.
Okay. Is it home the same night?
No, we'll probably stay overnight.
Man, if this was 1998, I'd be really jealous right now.
Wow. Ronnie coming strong.
Oh, that's
I
fine.
mean, I would be.
No, that's fine.
I mean,
Nah.
he has some great songs. He'd be great.
Terry Clark was very good. I agree with
Terry
that.
Terry
Clark's
Clark.
good, yeah.
Tom T. Hall, thank you, Sarah Phillips. for bringing Tom
Oh
T.
my
back.
gosh. Terry Clark, real quick. Terry Clark has opened up for Reba. I've not seen Terry Clark, so that would be a good one. But John Michael Montgomery with like 15 number 1 songs.
Yeah, great.
I can love you
Oh,
right
here we
now.
go.
Tom T. Hall.
That's a musical genius.
Yeah,
Tom T.
I
Hall.
can tell you real quick.
Musical genius. Tom
We
T.
can pull
Hall.
up Sarah's comment. Yeah, Tom T.
Musical
Hall.
genius.
I got to tell you, I don't know if I woke.
Phil can't even say that with a
I
straight
don't know
face.
if I woke up Sam, but I had to rush home and tell her,
My,
and she goes, "That's the most awful thing I've ever heard."
my mother sent me a message after that show last week. She goes, "You hate Tom T. Hall. He's terrible." And I said, "Mom, I was trying to make for a good show." My mother got on to me for saying that.
T of Texas says we saw great Willie. I'm guessing that's Willie Nelson a month ago at the Oklahoma
Yeah.
City Zoo. I've not seen Willie Nelson. Our good friend Seth Robbins, I know, has seen Willie. I don't know if there's enough songs to keep me entertained. I don't
Willie?
know. Yeah, there's a couple.
You're
of
not
them.
a fan of Willie.
No,
I know.
Yeah, it's just little.
But don't hold it against him. He also thinks the Beatles are overrated.
Oh,
so
they
it's,
are.
I mean, that's what I'm
They-
saying. It's
yeah.
okay.
The
He knows not what he does.
Beatles all right.
Beatles
lasers. You can get lasers.
overrated. Absolutely. So yeah, so those are my 2 concerts. Looking forward to
That'll
it.
be fun.
Yeah.
Last concert. What's the last concert you went to?
By the way, Reba tickets.
Oh,
she's
last
a little-
concert I went to.
How much are Reba tickets?
Sarah, what's the last concert we went to? Was it Garth in Kansas City, maybe?
So he's never raised the price of his tickets.
No,
right?
no.
Is it still $85 or $70?
65, I think.
65
last
time,
is
yeah.
what it is, yeah.
And what's Reba's? What?
She deserves
Oh,
it.
I guarantee you.
She deserves it.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, Phil, she does.
She's
too.
charging more than Dolly. We got a problem.
Oh, come on, Phil.
Dolly's a legend.
with all the fees and all that stuff. It was Reba, pretty good seats, 283.
So again, Chris, thanks you for
Per
your
ticket?
Facebook
No,
stars.
total.
Facebook stars. Chris does appreciate that.
Yes,
Got to go to Reba.
absolutely. Send me to Reba.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Sarah said Garth. So yeah, we went to
Okay.
Garth. We did not. Okay, I'll just say a whole story about this. So there's a competition at our old work. It's called The Biggest Loser, right? So me and Sarah, it's a weight loss competition.
Oh, we need to do that.
Yeah. So we
You
did
win.
it. We're in this competition, and Kent can verify this for us because he was there. So we were in second place all year long. There's the main guy on the first place team was just shredding pounds left and right. So they didn't think there's no
He
way
was
we were going to
shredding
win
what?
pounds. So there
Is
was
that the drums?
Yeah, sure.
so there was no way that everybody thought there's no way that we could win. Me and Sarah went on a week-long fasting. I mean, and we lost a bunch of weight.
So you guys basically starved
And we
yourselves.
won, yeah, and we won. We won $1,000, and we spent that money with Garth, and we saw him third or fourth row.
Well, you only spent $130 to see Garth. What'd you
Well, no,
do the
this
rest of it?
this was not on. This is not on.
We said $65.
Ronnie,
Well, no,
are-
I did not spend $65.
Ronnie, are you,
We had to buy it. We bought it on one of those third-party ticket
Are
things.
you leaving any details out of this story?
Because I won.
No. He did not win the one that we won.
Oh, Ken says he won.
He did win an individual one.
Okay.
I got selfies to prove it.
Okay. I want to make sure.
So we went to Garth, and we were like third or fourth row. I mean, if he tooted, I'd smell it and hear it.
Kimberly's
That's how close
last
we were.
concert was Jason. Is that Aldean?
Aldine, yeah.
Luke Bryant. Okay, so neither one of those are country performers. Seats were $200, 4 seats. I don't really know what you call what they sing, but
Those
it's not
are
country.
good. I would go to Aldine and Luke Bryan.
It's a rock and roll concert.
Okie dokie.
It's a rock and roll country concert.
It's whatever you want to call it, but it's not country music.
Rock and roll country. There is a genre for that.
Yeah, no, I would. Yeah, Aldine.
Totally go to Aldine. I mean,
So what was the last concert you've been to, Phil?
Rolling Stones.
Oh my gosh, 1980. What?
No, it was one of their last farewell tours. They had 117 farewell tours. We were on the floor. I was so close. If I'd wanted to, I could have taken a hit off a joint with Keith Richards.
and you did it? Classified.
PG show.
Oh no, it's PG show.
But I say that's why we need you guys to subscribe to Second Banana so we're gonna held liable and get pulled
No,
straight back.
it was the Rolling Stones, and it was a fabulous concert, and it was in Kansas City.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Kansas City
Yeah.
too. No need to ask Chris. We know. So
Good times.
moving on.
Good times.
All right. So, Rodney Poplin.
Oh,
Let's,
yeah.
Rodney. It was Rodney.
Is this a
one.
touchscreen, Phil?
Sure.
Oh, nice.
It's an iPad.
I don't have. Oh, no, okay.
I mean,
Well, I'm a Mac guy.
well,
So,
that's a Mac.
no, I'm a Windows.
Okay.
Windows is better.
Let me find.
Windows is way better.
We can go to this comment here. We're city boys, so this is really not an issue. But I can talk on here.
I got strong opinions about this.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Who's a city boy?
all three of us.
Come on, man. I could skin a buck. You kidding me?
Where do you live?
And run a trot line.
Oh, that's a song.
I could do that too.
How much money was his friend shot for?
Come on, Phil. I was elbow deep in his guts.
How much? How much money was his friend shot for?
For $38?
No.
What?
$19?
What's the question?
Country boy can't survive. How much money was his friend shot for?
Oh,
Do some research.
was it $10?
No.
$40?
You're getting closer.
For 15 for
ZZ Top is one of the best concerts I've been to.
40
Rodney, I would agree with
$43. $43.
that. My friend
$43.
lost his life.
Yeah,
My
$43.
friend lost his life.
Yeah.
ZZ Top,
Got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive.
they would have a couple songs that I would
Okay,
know.
Chris doesn't have
43.
a shotgun.
I already got
Chris
it.
doesn't have a rifle.
I already got
Chris
it.
doesn't have a four-wheel drive.
43.
I just realized that.
No, he
Well,
doesn't
hold
have
on,
any of that.
check this. Why I don't have what?
You don't
No-
have a,
no-
you don't
no
have,
shotgun.
You don't have a shotgun, a rifle, or a four-wheel drive. You, my friend, cannot survive.
Oh.
Says so right in the song. problem.
Part of the content we got coming up in the future. All right, Rodney Poplin.
I'm trying to find the daggum comments. Oh, there it is.
For $37, my friend lost his life. For $45, I love this.
Ronnie Poplin wants us to talk about people dumping trash on county roads.
Yep.
Who is responsible of cleaning up?
Well,
Who would do that, first of all?
idiots,
Golly.
selfish
Jeez
human
Louise.
beings do that. Very selfish people. I know the sheriff's department at one time had a gentleman that went around and not only would try to clean it up, but would also try to track down the people.
Investigate.
That would try to trap. And I don't know if that's still a
It is.
program or not.
It is. It's a grant by the Department
Which
DEQ.
Which deputy does that now? I know Dawn
I
used to
forget.
do it.
Don did it
Yeah.
for a couple of years, and because they went out to into the bridge everyone jumps off of
Baker's
Bridge.
Yeah,
They
cleaned a
pull
lot of that out.
they clean
Never-
up
never done that before.
appliances and all that stuff out. But
Hell, I've done that.
Never done it a lot,
the
Phil.
sheriff's office tries to keep up on that, and there's an officer for that. The hard thing, and a few of them have gotten caught
Good.
for illegal dumping. But it's an issue here in Logan County. I'm sure there's counties that have it a lot worse, but I don't know if it's getting better since we've had the DEQ officer now.
I don't know, but I know this.
It's a Logan County deputy.
If you see somebody dumping, get their license plate and turn them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous. The poor people that live out here have to drive and see that crap. It's just one of the most selfish, immature things you can do. I mean, it's terrible.
And if you do dump illegally, please leave your phone bill, your gas bill, or something. So
One thing
it
that
makes
would
it
be,
easier.
and one thing that would be nice if there's a heavy area, and I don't know that they haven't done this, is for our county commissioners to go out and take a crew in for a day to clean up or something. But we need to stay on it. I know whose responsibility it's not. It's not the people who have to live with it.
Right.
I mean, you would think for the money that you spend for roads and stuff, I know money's tight, but boy, it would be nice between the sheriff's department and the county commissioners, they could figure out a way to go haul off that trash. And they may already do that. I'm not saying they don't, but if they don't, that would be a cool thing for them to do. I mean, it's just, but yeah, that drives me bonkers. I lived in the country growing up though, and it's not just a Guthrie thing. Anybody that lives outside of, especially if you live close to the outskirts of a town, you're going to see people dumping trash.
Yeah.
And part of the thing is,
Oh, so they are from
I
Guthrie.
agree with that,
From
T
Guthrie.
of Texas.
They're
They are from Guthrie.
They are from
See,
Guthrie,
they're
see?
they're
Got
lying
'em.
to us.
Yep, got them.
Got them.
Well, for our audio audience on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or your favorite podcast platform, T of Texas said Guthrie's too pretty to be trashed.
Which
T
we
of
agree.
Texas, if you show up right now at our location, I'll give you $100 to disclose who you are.
Well, it's a big deal. It's
I want to know.
don't.
I have suspicions.
Oh. Well, you're gonna have like 35 people walking into this.
T of Texas. All right.
I'm not Charles, baby.
T of Texas has a comeback for you, Phil.
What's
or
that?
so we've heard.
That's outstanding. Yeah, but I like getting those topics from folks that are. I mean, we'd love to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
It's open mic.
It's open mic.
Put some comments in. Let's talk.
So I know this is a sports thing, but how many wins does OU have this year with Brent Venables his first year as the head coach?
We already talked about this.
Did we?
He's going to go undefeated.
He's going undefeated.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
I can't remember what you said. Two or three losses? I
One
think
or
it was.
two.
One or two.
Yeah. Could be undefeated. Could be.
Could be.
I can tell you, speaking of sports, what do you think? College football, I'm telling you, NIL, moving
the hell in a
conferences,
handbasket.
transfer.
It's a
So
train wreck.
this is where we need Kent Luck on the show, and I'm serious because he's a former athlete, former player, so he's got a really strong opinion about this, which I don't agree with everything on him that he says, but he's got a really strong opinion about this, and I don't know. I don't like the landscape which way it's going.
Yeah.
8-4.
This has got your quote right here.
He's already said. I've heard this.
8-4.
He texted me this 2 weeks ago. He's full of it.
Well,
it's okay.
Over under is 9 is what Rodney says. Now, I will say this. Baylor and OSU are the other two most talented teams, I think. And, and I only put Texas in there. I think they're going to win.
But it's
They
a
gotta
rival
win.
game, so you have
It's
to.
a rival game, but but it could happen. But
happy 7/28 by the day.
But
game.
But I will say this: don't sleep on K-State and don't sleep on Iowa State because they always play them tight.
What about Nebraska in Nebraska?
Nebraska's a tough game. I think that's the third game of the year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that can be a tough one. So you could get to 4 losses.
Could.
No, you could.
No, could.
I mean, it's not a stretch.
No. And again, what year was that? 2009 when they went 8-4 and they lost BYU in the opening game. I was at that one.
Sam Bradford got hurt.
Sam Bradford got hurt in that, and so anything's possible. Remember that 8-4 year.
Yeah, that's tough. Over/under's 9. Okay.
Yeah, but back to the college football landscape, I'm not liking it. And I think what they're doing now is they're going to make it even more Wild Wild West type deal where they can do multiple transfers, right, Chris?
Yeah, I think they're taking a vote on that on August 3rd. I think is when that the multiple transfer. So
what do you not like about it? I mean, I'm not. And listen, because there's things I don't like either. But specifically, what do we not like about it?
It's the identity. Yeah. It's kind of like Major League Baseball. I don't know who's on what team anymore. College basketball, the one and done. We got at OSU. You got to see Bryant Reeves for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And so if you keep having this,
but don't you think that ship had sailed before NIL?
Well, it's NIL.
In the portal. I mean, I think it's shipped before that. I think that we haven't had that kind of. Guys, let's be honest. There hasn't been a loyalty in college sports for years. I mean, there just hasn't been. We all want there to be. We all wish it was like it used to be. But I think that's societal. I don't think it's just college football. I mean, I really do, and I hate it as much as anybody. But I think we're trying to live in this wonderful time in all of our lives back when it mattered if you were an OU person. I mean, look at Oklahoma high school football. You got a kid that was a freshman that started quarterback, that led his team to a state title, that is going to their arch rival the next year to play with.
The team they beat in the state championship game.
So loyalty means nothing to anybody anymore. I mean, it just does. We want it to.
Yeah.
We wish it does, but it doesn't.
I just don't like the idea of. Again, I love the NIL. I'm glad kids are getting paid. I'd much rather all the kids get all the money than anybody at the NCAA. 100%. I love that 100%. But I think they need to bring back the 1 year set out if you transfer. I don't like that you can just leave and go and come as you please.
See, my argument for that is coaches can leave and go if they please. Why shouldn't the kids be able to leave and go if they please? I mean,
but those coaches are being bought out.
Yeah.
Well,
buyouts and stuff like that.
You don't think we could figure that out with? I mean, you're talking about. I'm just saying. I mean, there's always a way. See, what I've never liked, and this is where I think, unfortunately, why we've ended up where we are, and I don't think people talk about this a lot. I think part of the reason why there was so much pressure put on the NCAA to make changes by who? By the Congress, right, of our country. I mean, they went and spoke before them, and then all of a sudden, all these changes started.
Yeah, football might not be part of the NCAA.
Supreme Court made a decision.
Yeah.
Right. But I think part of the reason is the NCAA and the schools were so adamant that they weren't going to give an inch.
Yeah.
And so now they got to live with this crap that they have. And I think part of the challenge was I always thought it was completely asinine that a kid could come up and say, I want to transfer. And they said, great, you can transfer to any school you want except for these 4.
Lincoln Riley,
yep.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah.
You should not be able to tell a kid if it's good enough for them to transfer, then it shouldn't matter what darn school they're going to. And so the NCAA and college football has themselves to blame for a lot of this, in my opinion. Now, and I agree. I think they should be able to compete immediately, Kent. This setting out a year, I think that's punitive as all get out to the kid. It's just punitive. I mean, we got to remember, too, if we don't have these kids, nobody cares about Nick Saban, how he coaches a game. Nobody cares. They care about the kids that perform on the field.
I like watching him coach. I like schemes.
So here's the other part. So Nick Saban can watch the Ohio running back or the Ohio wide receiver for a couple of years.
And recruit.
And recruit him.
Recruit as they play him.
Yeah, that's what's going to hurt teams like, in my opinion, like OSU. It's not that OSU's not going to be able to compete for the 5-star recruits. They're not competing for the 5-star recruits right now. At least historically they haven't.
Yeah.
But what they've done a great job of is taking those 1- and 2-star kids, or maybe a 3-star kid, a couple years, now they're playing like a 5-star player. Those are the kids OSU's going to lose.
Or
Alabama's going to come
or-
get him. I mean, they are.
Yeah.
They're going to come get him. I'm telling you, that's where
It's
I
not
think
just
it's
it's just
gonna be a
not
problem.
college football too. You see it in softball right now. You see it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what was it? Alabama, all 9 of their starters went transfer portal.
Transferred.
I mean, it's crazy.
Or Nick Saban can recruit because you want to go win a championship. Texas A&M say, hey, here's some money. Come
Yeah.
on over here.
Well, but you know what? Alabama had more overall NIL money last year than any other school in the country. Now, that was last year, and the big money really started coming out this year for
Right.
future years. But Alabama was number 1 last year. They had over $3 million that the kids were paid out. And remember, the majority of student athletes are not getting millions of dollars.
That's
the
correct.
majority of them are getting $1,000, $2,000, $700.
You see that?
I mean, that's where the majority of them are.
And again, I'm all about. I love them making money. Did you see that deal with Texas Tech players? How every single player signed a 1-year NIL deal for $25,000 for every single player on the roster with some company out over there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's big
yeah.
time. That's sweet.
Kent,
Well-
I think we can only have 140 characters on our live stream, but
1 year, that's right.
Yeah, the main thing, the kids' scholarships are for only 1 year.
That's exactly that is the best point yet.
But how many times?
It's the best point
but,
yet.
But how many times do coaches take away?
I think
a
more
football,
than
a football
more
scholarship?
than we know, because most of the time the kids that are losing them are kids that went there in good faith, and the coach doesn't feel like they're earning a scholarship, and especially if they want to use that scholarship with somebody they think can help them. I think more than we would want to know.
And I don't know that number.
I bet it's more than we think. I really do, because the fact that a scholarship is a 1-year contract, first of all, is a load of crap.
Right.
I mean, it just is. I mean, for every kid that's a superstar that goes out and sets the world on fire, you'll have 20 kids that are role players.
Right.
That are just on special teams or good teammates and do the things they need to do.
So with that scenario, then coaches are going to be cutting kids so they can bring in more transfers.
But I think they're doing that now.
This would open the door for more of that to happen.
Well, but and I think, you know who really gets left out in this too? The high school kids coming out looking for scholarships.
Yeah.
Because now a lot of these schools are using scholarships for the transfer kids, so that those scholarships still count against you. So there's less kids coming out of high school that are going to get scholarships than there were before this. I mean, it's a whole mess.
Well, it's got to be good at the smaller school they choose, and then they'll be on Alabama's next year.
You know, and the sports that this really affects, in my opinion, right, with all due respect to Cousin Nate, is football and basketball, obviously. You know,
The money.
Yeah.
the money
Money-wise,
side.
yeah.
Yeah, money-wise.
You look
right?
at OU softball.
Yeah.
They got
2 from Arizona
they got-
State,
yeah.
1 from A&M.
all
Didn't they get
Americans
somebody from Texas A&M?
today.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stud.
All American.
Yeah. Where are all these girls going to play?
Yeah, that's another
Well,
good question.
That's the challenge that Patty's got, is there's only 9 positions, right?
Cousin Nate question.
You got a 10 with the DH, but
10 with DH.
But 100% of the other coaches would love to have that issue.
Yeah.
Well, but what I'm saying is there's going to be kids that transfer in thinking that they're going to get to play that were stud players other places that will not see the field.
Well,
What about
Oklahoma did have two
the
transfers.
senior Mustang
They had
girl.
2
Yeah.
girls from last year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign. I signed with you my junior year. Yeah, I'm gonna be a great catcher. Oh, A&M's
Sorry.
All-American catchers coming in now.
Sorry,
what? Yeah.
you're done.
Or
Well, you had 2
you force them
softball
to
players
transfer.
two softball players did transfer out.
Well, I just think I think what's good for the coaches and the universities should be good for the players. Because without the players, they don't have a product.
It's a good point.
Don't have a product. I don't care what Brent Venables and Mike Gundy's strategies are. I want to see kids score touchdowns and make bone-crushing tackles. I don't really care what kind of game Mike Gundy calls. I don't. I know it's important, but purely as a fan, I just want to see action on the field.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see.
Scott Russell says the transfer portal has forever changed college wrestling.
Yeah,
Ask Penn
fact.
State.
That's fact. It has. It has.
Is that meaning that all the stud wrestlers?
Well,
that
there's one spot.
Yeah.
I mean, there's these great wrestlers.
There's only
that go to these-
185
There's
spot.
only one, right? There's only one spot. There's a lot of great wrestlers that never get on the varsity mat. Never. There's one spot. I mean, and for the years, Penn State had every top recruit wanted to go wrestle for them. There's a lot of great wrestlers that got buried. Well, now that the portal, they just transfer.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's good I think that helps wrestling.
Yeah.
And I think it helps the competitiveness of wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, so there are sports that I think this helps. We just talk about football because it's the one with the big money attached to it and the one that's so hot because of everything else that's going on in college football right now. You know, I still think we're going to see three mega conferences, and that's the end. I mean, I think that's the end game.
Again, I've talked to Ken about this many times about conference realignment and top 72 teams, how they're going to put them in one conference and all that. So there's a lot of talk going out there. Colorado supposedly is in line to be in the Big 12 next, right?
Yeah.
See, that's the other thing with the Big 12. People like, University of Washington's holding a meeting because they're coming to the Big 12 tomorrow. Like, no, you don't know that.
Right.
It's just what you read.
Everyone just says this is going to happen. Well, you know what?
But see, this part of the check. Can you pull up Mike's?
That drives me
Can you
crazy.
pull up Mike's comment?
They probably won't
And I'm
fit
not
on
picking
there.
on you, Mike. But
1-year scholarships, that's the one?
Well, he said if a player who has signed a letter 4-year scholarships, there are no 4-year scholarships.
They're year by year.
They're year by year already. So there are no 4-year scholarships. They're not. I mean, now maybe I'm misreading what you're saying, Mike, but currently there are no 4-year guaranteed scholarships. Every year they're renewed at the end of the year. The school can decide if they want to keep you on scholarship or they don't. So, you know, and I think part of it is the fan has to accept that the game's changing.
That's the hard part, I think, for everybody.
It's the hard part for all of us.
Again, that's when I grew up loving college football. I did not watch NFL. I did not watch a whole lot of NFL. I still don't watch a whole lot of NFL because I love the college game. But it's just switching to where, it is kind of NFL-ish a little bit, you know.
Well, I mean, but that wide receiver that transferred to SC that was the Blitnikoff winner last year.
Oh, yeah.
And I agree with that, Kent. Capitalism is healthy for everyone. I agree with that 100%.
Send some stars or subscribe, Kent.
100%. No, 100% I agree with that. But
I agree.
But, you know, again, for every Arch Manning, for every, you know, big name, you know, like the kid that won the Blitnikoff Award, he's making more money than like 60% of the wide receivers in the NFL with his NIL deal.
So when you mentioned the wide receiver out of Pitt going to USC.
Yes.
Reports out there, Lincoln Riley tampered with that before every announced going to the portal. There's rules about engaging with student athletes before they're in the portal, and they're saying that. Is that more of an issue now that you see?
Well, I think it's absolutely an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
are you for it or against it, or that Lincoln Riley talked to the Blitnikoff winner before he ever went to the transfer portal? And then he made this big deal about it, like, oh, I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, you do. Everybody knows you're going to USC.
Well, first of all,
stop playing with it.
Let's establish this. Lincoln Riley has proven himself to be a liar.
And dirtbag.
Okay, so let's just
snake.
Just a snake.
Yeah.
I mean, he wants all of us to believe that he took a butt whipping in Stillwater, went home, got the first message ever from USC, and 2 hours later decided to leave and uproot his entire family.
Right.
Not only is he a liar, he's a bad liar. I mean, it's a joke. He's a liar. So you can't believe anything that guy says. He's a snake. I'm not an OU fan, right?
Right.
And I say he's a freaking snake. So to answer your question, I think coaches that are doing that are tampering, if you have serious penalties, real world serious penalties, then that will stop. If all you're doing is slapping them on the wrist, it's not going to stop.
Right.
But if you go out and start taking multiple scholarships, really, and hit them in the pocketbook, the university in the pocketbook, make your coaches, suspend your coaches, fine a coach $2 million or half his annual salary, then that'll stop. But if you don't do real penalties, then they'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know who said this, and it was really, really smart. I can't remember who said this, but
probably
USC and UCLA are going to the Big Ten in a couple of years.
Yeah. Heard Hawaii's going to the Big Ten too. Just kidding.
We do know USC is going to the Big Ten here in a couple of years. Someone said that Lincoln Riley will not even be coaching the Trojans when they go to the Big Ten.
Why is that?
It'd be in the NFL. That's what a lot of people are saying.
If Cliff Kingsbury doesn't win this year, and he gets fired, the first phone call is going to be Lincoln Riley to coach
Kyler
Murray.
Murray to sign an extension.
So he
signed a contract he does not justify, by the way.
Well, that's not what we're talking about, Phil.
I'm just throwing that out.
We're going to stay on that real quick. So that would be interesting, and of course it would take a lot of money for Arizona Cardinals to do that because Lincoln's making a lot of money at USC and I mean his house and all that stuff. But NFLs would pay for that, obviously. So that would be interesting just to see if he would get out of college football. Which is Big Ten's a more physical conference than the Pac-12.
What Lincoln Riley proved was that he will sell out to the top bidder.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
And when coaches are willing to do that, don't talk to me about players need to be loyal. I don't want to hear it.
I'm glad you said that because Kent.
Do not want to hear it.
I've been waiting on this Kent comment, and I think this should happen. He goes, Kent says, by the way, but the way you stop kids from entering the portal is to sign to a multi-year scholarship. That should happen. Why not?
Seems like a simple solution.
Yes. Now,
bring them in.
Yeah.
If someone has an injury and they can't fulfill it, and just, that opens that scholarship and still help out the other kid. I don't have a problem. I wonder why that hasn't even happened already, multi-year.
Because the schools and the schools didn't want it.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
I mean, but the schools need to realize they're not calling the shots anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, they need to realize that. They're not. And that drives a lot of people. I know a couple of college coaches that get fighting mad with me when I tell them this. It's y'all's fault.
Right.
Y'all act like a bunch of prima donnas the way you treat these kids and the way you treat, you own like their property.
Right.
Then all this wouldn't have been pushed so hard, and we wouldn't be sitting here right now. So it's y'all's fault. So enjoy what you made.
And by the way, Oklahoma is one of the very few schools that are allowing to sell their jerseys with the names on the back, and the kid actually receives profit from it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
That is cool. Yeah, but college football's done as we know it. It's done.
Still gonna be entertaining?
Sure, that would still be fun to watch. I mean, that's the other thing everybody talks about. Oh, well, there's just going to be a handful of kids. Schools now getting 5 stars. Well, I hate to break it to you. There's only a handful of schools getting 5 stars now.
So
that doesn't change.
So are the same schools going to be the same ones winning every year? I mean, it's already started anyway. So yeah.
I think so. I mean, you're still going to see the same 10 schools, 12 schools that have the best chance of winning a national title.
Kent is on fire.
Well, oh boy!
I'm telling you, Kent.
If there are 1-year deals, they are free agents.
Yeah, he's 100%
I'm
right.
telling you, we've had these conversations for many years now. It's not. This just has happened.
Can I be your friend? Can you send me a friend request?
He's not on Facebook.
He's on YouTube though.
He's on YouTube's. No, but we've talked about this literally for years, Kent and I, about all kinds of certain stuff.
Have I met Kent? I feel like I have.
Why is Kent not on Facebook?
Maybe he's been to a couple birthday parties.
What's wrong with Facebook?
Is he? There was one that was really loud.
Oh, that's Kent.
Okay, yeah.
That's Kent. That's Kent.
We gotta hook up.
That's Kent. Yeah, that's Kent.
Kent.
That's for sure, Kent. Yeah.
Come on now, we gotta hook up.
No, he took me to the OSU Baylor game last year. Got to see him, because we're like this for about 15 years.
You and Kent?
Just like you and.
Oh, really?
Chris. Yeah. I mean, we've had this.
So he was mean to you like Chris is mean to me?
Well, I give back to him, though.
Okay.
So we've had many fights and.
I just sat there and take it.
We've had many fights and arguments inside of casino pits when we don't.
Oh, casinos.
So.
Is he still in the business?
Oh yeah.
Kent, we've got to be friends.
He's a director.
When are we going to Ohio? Can he get us some comp money?
No, he's not a director yet. I always bust him up for that because he's supposed to be. But it's a long story. He's probably mad right now.
Well, why would you say that?
Because he would do it to me.
Because he got Phil's hopes so he don't care about kids.
No, I want to go to Ohio. Can we get like some comp stuff?
Yeah, he's got a room.
We're going to Ohio, boys. Oh, that could be one of our new videos.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, why don't you shoot the idea to the audience?
We need 3 to the final cut. What else you want to go?
What's that mean? A
steakhouse.
Oh yeah,
It's a Forbes.
But I'll eat salad.
It's for. Oh yeah, that's right.
I thought you got meat added into the diet.
Sorry.
That might have been offensive. We really shouldn't have brought that up on here. Jeez.
Well, it's not a steakhouse. It's actually a salad house.
Good salads there.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Kent will take care of that for us. We'll get 3 to the.
Hey, just so you know, Kent, I'm not afraid to throw some money down there. Ronnie?
Yeah, he's
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
He's an owners club member.
So
I'm not afraid.
Shoot him your idea.
Oh,
yeah. Aaron and I leave for 5 minutes, and executive decisions were made. Go ahead.
Sorry, I got to take a drink. Ronnie, start while I'm getting my drink here.
What are we talking about?
Whoa.
The videos.
Our
they're kind of a
videos?
sponsor.
Yeah, they're a sponsor. I can drink that.
Yeah, they're sponsored.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, we're gonna
Look at the camera.
Oh, boy.
Oh, sorry. We're gonna take Chris on some adventures. All of us will be doing different things.
That we're
gonna-
uncomfortable with.
We're uncomfortable with. So, like Chris, for instance, anything to
Don't
do.
give it away.
Oh,
Basically anything outdoors.
outdoorsy. Yeah. So that would be very uncomfortable for him.
Yeah.
I've been hunting before.
What? No.
Where did you go?
What are you talking about? What'd you hunt?
Snipe hunting doesn't count.
No.
Deer.
No, you
With who?
did. When?
You're so full of it.
You're so full
I
of
went
it.
with my brother-in-law, Matt. Put deer urine on my boots and everything.
Did you have a weapon?
I made that part up.
Did you have a weapon?
Well, Matt brought weapons.
Did you have a weapon?
He wasn't allowed to carry.
Okay. I went with Sam and Matt.
Okay, so Sam went hunting with her brother. You
tagged along.
Yes.
Okay, we can buy that.
I
Okay.
laid in
can
the
agree with
cool grass.
Did anybody shoot a deer?
Nope.
So you didn't get up. Now, if they had shot a deer, were you going to clean it?
We know
But
We know Sam is way cooler than you.
Sam is more than capable of surviving in the wilderness. We have no problem
When
with
I don't have tools, I don't go to you. I go to Sam.
Okay. I got tools.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Shiny, bright.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah,
clear
never been
them.
used.
Right out of the bag.
Good tools.
No, but
But
there's
anyway.
certain adventures like that.
Yeah.
Good content.
We were looking at different stuff, and there's just some cool stuff. So we're going to have some fun,
Unscripted, yeah.
like with GoPros, and just go do silly, fun stuff. So be looking
for instance,
that.
we're going to do a day of traveling to Guthrie football games.
How to cover a high school
so
football
you'll see
game.
all that. How we do.
The ride
get ready.
there and back.
The ride there and
more
back was always
entertaining
fun.
than the games typically.
So you're lucky you might get a fancy song.
So if you want to get 1 million views, because that's you guys. Well, this one got 22 million. This one got 18 million. If you had 1 million views, what video?
Go ahead and comment if you think we should take Chris skydiving. Think that'd be a good one?
Sam went skydiving.
We know.
Yeah.
Again, we're not worried about Sam surviving. She's fine.
You notice everything we say. Have you done this? Well, Sam's done that.
Yeah.
Well, Sam's done that.
And Sam's been Rocky Mountain climbing. I've done that too. And she was on Fu Manchu for 2.7 seconds.
That's a song.
Oh, that's good.
Oh goodness.
Sam carried the guns.
Yep.
I'm sure she did, Sarah.
Yeah.
But
I
fun
can't
stuff.
remember.
Like,
It's
what's
been
something that would be out of your comfort zone?
Oh.
Get to this.
Oh, Sarah's watching. Help us out,
Yeah,
Sarah.
help us out, Sarah. What would make Ronnie nervous?
If I could take a camera,
Skydiving would make me nervous.
if I could take a camera,
Bungee jumping would make me nervous.
Oh, we're going bungee jumping, boys.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Yeah, come on.
I don't know
Come
about
on,
that.
little
Dude,
buddy.
you're hurting me.
Let's go. We're going bungee jumping.
Snakes make me very uncomfortable.
Oh, we can go snake hunting.
Although my boys went copperhead hunting
Snake
the other
hunting would
day.
be fun.
We
We
went
go to Texas going to rattlesnake hunt. You're down, right?
I mean, are you paying?
Sure.
Okay.
I would go
I'll
crazy.
carry
to
the
see
camera.
Phil Scott. Okay, that's not a big deal. I can do that. You got that's there's
yeah.
no fear there.
Yeah, Phil's done that.
So Mike,
timer 1,000.
Mike said the Hunger Games. What's the Hunger Games?
The Hunger
What's up?
Games.
Somebody
you know what
explain
the
Hunger
Oh,
Games?
the movie The Hunger Games.
What's that?
Like a survival.
Like Naked and Afraid?
We could do like. Oh,
with
you know what'd
clothes
be
on?
fun? Like doing like a paintball experience.
Oh yeah, they have
With
some
GoPros
time.
and go out and can you imagine if Chris got lit up?
Why is it Chris?
Well, we just.
Get him pictures of getting shot. Oh!
Stop! Stop! Not in the face!
I'm hit.
Oh, that'll be good stuff.
You guys
Paintball
are
would be a
funny.
good one. That'd be a good one.
Snakes. Sarah said snakes
Yeah.
with many X. So we're going snake hunting.
That's
Oh, yeah.
over in O'Keene.
We can go wherever you want. My treat.
They
We're
have a
going.
festival
What
at
makes you
O'Keene.
uncomfortable, Phil?
Let me think about this.
Grant says bull riding. Ooh, those are fun at the fairs.
Like a real bull, Grant, or like a baby bull?
I can ride a
at
mechanical bull.
like at the fair or the carnival.
Like
What
he wants
makes
us to
me-
ride a
Yeah.
mechanical bull.
No, he's talking about a real bull. He's not.
Oh,
I know Grant. He's not talking about
He has a cowboy hat.
Well, he's a cowboy. That's why.
Yeah, see, he wears a cowboy
so
hat.
I bet he has
He's a real cowboy.
Yeah.
He's not a fake cowboy.
Should have been a cowboy.
I'll Grant. I'll ride a 0 rating bull. I'll ride a 0 rating.
Yeah, but
Raider.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not getting on
I'm
somebody
not.
to
I'm
kill
not
me.
getting on a 10 rated.
How
I'll
do
get on
they
a
wear
0
the
or
cowboy
1.
hats? They're
Let's put it on your head, Chris.
they're not very comfortable though.
Oh, yes, good ones
If you
are.
wear them long enough.
Good ones are, yeah.
Break them in.
Yeah.
Like a good shoe.
I was
Yeah.
at a supply store and I put one on. It was like
Supplies. Yeah.
No, I don't want to deal with Ronnie's hurt back. Okay, never mind. Ronnie cannot MMA fight. I'm down for that. Who are we fighting? Oh, Chris, Janet has your
come
back.
on. And
Thank you.
Janet, get
Real
out of here.
Bulls. There's some that are not that
you know
hard.
I'm your
I would
favorite.
do that, Grant, but something that wouldn't kill me. Tanya couldn't know about it, but I would do that.
Oh, we can. I know what would make him uncomfortable.
Me?
Let's go have a steak dinner and film it, and then tell him that we're going to send this to Tanya.
No, see, I joke about that. My wife is not that way.
Oh,
No, she's really not. And Chris knows that. Oh, wrestling match with BCW. I would do that. That would be
Who's
so much
BCW?
fun. It's the local guys.
Oh, local
Tommy
guy?
does it.
yeah.
Yeah. I would do a guest match.
yeah.
I don't want to be the referee.
I knew you were going. I was going to
You
say
know
that.
what?
I was going to say that too.
No, you be.
I'll be the
my
valet.
manager.
I'll be the valet,
The valet.
and he'll be the.
I
referee.
want something tucked in my tights and pull it out and
Oh, tights. We got more tights.
shorts over the
Mick
tights.
Cornette, not Mick Cornette, Jim Cornette.
Jim Cornette.
With the tennis racket.
Yeah, tennis racket.
Or Paul Bearer with a urn.
Or Von Erichs with the.
Oh, yeah.
The,
Oh, you know what really bothers me? People touching my toenails, like a pedicure.
that's the Seinfeld episode.
That's I don't do well with that.
Frank Costanza.
Pedicure?
Anybody touching my feet?
Oh.
Feet's a problem.
I don't know if that'd be good content, though, would it?
You never seen how I act until my touches my feet. It's not good.
Ooh,
We'll film that Botox.
If I can get
treatment,
permission,
too.
take a video camera inside a courtroom and watch Phil squirm.
What are we doing?
Oh, yeah.
Video camera.
No,
in the
we don't
courtroom.
joke with courtrooms. There's no. You're right, Grant. She would let me ride. She would. My wife would.
And laugh.
She'd say what she always says. You're an idiot. That's what she would always say.
You're 5 years, 6'2", Phil. You get it done now.
He's taking it. Oh, no, that's not. What's out the window behind Ronnie? This is Jill. Okay, this is a trap. This is Jillian asking this question. This is a trap. This is a trap. Is there really something behind us?
That's
There
the
is really
driving
something
range.
behind us. That's a trap.
The driving range.
Oh boy, no.
Open the window.
Oh boy.
Oh, my goodness.
Bulb for your treatment. Okay. All right.
Oh my.
That's outstanding.
Oh, my goodness. That is...
Bald?
Who is that? The chapel?
Oh, that is outstanding. Oh, I love that guy.
How did you get that up there?
I don't know. That's big. I gotta look now.
Bald-free hair transplant. That number is 405-420-1311.
405-420-1311.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, the first person to text 405-420-1311 gets a free transplant.
Whatever they want.
How's he? What?
I don't. It's
It's a
just.
very long pole.
It's Jeff. Who knows?
It's a very long pole.
Bald?
Lower third off, Aaron.
That's great.
Hit the lower.
What's up the window?
button above it.
Oh,
Right.
Jillian's in on it.
Oh, she has to
Jillian's
be.
in on it.
Oh, that's outstanding. That's good stuff.
For anybody who don't know, we are 2 stories up.
Yeah, no, this isn't like this isn't a
This isn't
simple
roadside.
thing.
I feel like Game Day Live.
I feel like going down there, but I don't want. Oh, there he goes. He's leaving.
There's a lady right here just staring at him like, what the heck's he doing?
Oh, he's going. Where? Who is it?
Well, that's a Honda.
Oh, that's Chappie. There he is. There he is. Oh, it's his pool cleaner.
It's his pool cleaner.
Pool cleaner. He is so good.
This is like Game Day Live.
He just stared at
He's
you.
just giving you the dirtiest look. He is so funny.
Ken?
Chap. That was outstanding.
But we got the lighting on the.
Chap.
Now we got shadows now, but
Chap is the guy that told us all one day.
go take it down, guys.
Yeah, he read a book on how to get even with people, which is still one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Oh my goodness, that was hilarious.
That was awesome.
Yes, he had his whole crew watching too. Jordan's commenting and everybody. This was planned out since last Friday, right? When he asked us at breakfast. He goes, "What time are you guys going live?"
What time you guys go on? Jillian, what's outside of behind Ronnie? Very good, Jeffrey. Jeffrey Wayne Chappell wins again. I mean, is he the best prankster in the world?
Well, we got to get better. We got to be better.
Man,
I think I carry my own weight, but I think it's like I'm like.
He's in your head.
What's the right way to say this?
Walk off.
So I'm like.
Oh, he said it. Yeah.
What's that?
White screen, Aaron.
Walk off.
This is awesome. We got producers.
Yeah.
We got new
walk
set.
off.
I was going to give Mr. Chappell a walk off.
Oh yeah, no, that's a walk
Touch 'em
off.
all.
No, he gets it. Touch them all, buddy. Yes, Kendra. He always wins in the end. Mr. Chappell always wins. But I'm like a AAA player on pranks. I mean, I think I'm pretty good at pranks, right? I mean, I stole Chappell's car one day.
Now, who did the Girl Scout cookies to who? He did that.
No, don't talk about that. Stop it. No, stop it.
We could get 1 million views.
No, stop it. Absolutely stop it. We are not talking about that.
That's how we get 1 million views.
No.
Did you get those Did you get those yard signs put in last week?
Oh, boy. No, stop it.
No.
So I'm like AAA. Chappell's in the Hall of Fame of pranks. He is like a first ballot. He is without question the best prankster I've ever known in my life. I've gotten him on a couple good ones.
I wonder if that phone number's ever got any text yet.
Hey, Phil, our viewers are wanting to know with our new Phil shot. We got the Phil shot available.
What Phil shot?
Phil shot.
Oh, boy.
You can take the lower third off so we can. They want to know if you can do your Charles Barkley impression.
Ooh, I haven't seen this. Let's see it.
Did they just call me fat?
I don't think that's what they're aiming at, no.
No, he was skinny at one point too.
What is my Charles Barkley? What the?
The ball, just terrible.
Terrible.
There you go. There's your Charles Barkley.
Terrible. So who wins in a fight, him or Shaq?
Shaq.
I don't think so.
Shaq eats him.
Nah, I don't think so.
The king of impressions is Kent Luck, by the way. So another thing you'll love Kent about.
Oh, I love impressions.
Oh, is he
Dude,
good?
he's good.
I do a good John
Dude,
Gummerson.
he's good at if he sees something for the first time, he can do it within seconds. It is hilarious.
I love impressions.
The great Pat Jones. He has the best Pat Jones
Does he?
impersonation. He plays
awesome.
Quite honestly.
Oh yeah. Hell, guys. I mean, he's dead on with all of his impressions too. He's just so good.
The
Pat Jones is really good.
Pat Jones is a really good one.
It's a really good one.
No, what? No, the boy from yeah. That's good stuff.
It's
Okay,
really good.
We have a good question here. Mike, thank you for the question. Phil is always fun on these questions. The question is proposed by Mike. So what would you do if you won the $1 billion lotto? By the way, I don't play the lottery until it's worth winning.
I'm playing this time. Yeah.
It's worth winning right now. So
I'd give all my money to the church.
Oh, really? You guys would roll your eyes at $100 million?
well, no, it's worth playing for now.
But it wouldn't be worth playing for $100 million?
Well, the odds. I mean, odds are always the same, but I mean, or they have greater
Tickets $1 or something like that?
$2. They raise them.
Well, don't you have to do the Powerball too? You can't just have the 5 numbers.
No, it's $2.
Oh, see,
That's
that's
all of it.
$2.
Chris is out. He's going to have to get the $2 million for Chris.
I don't have any cash.
It's $1 million.
Oh,
I don't think Phil would do anything different, honestly.
I can tell you what I would do because I've actually thought about this quite often. All of my friends would be very blessed. They would.
I'm glad you looked at me.
No, they would. All my friends, I'm being serious. I would bless my friends. I would do a lot of things for my favorite school in the whole world. And I'm not talking a college school. I'm talking about the beautiful Blue Jays.
The Guthrie Blue Jays.
I'll do some cool things here. I'd love to see like a performing arts center.
a pack?
Yeah, something like that, because our son Jacob was so involved in performing arts, and I always use these. We do the best we can, right? But it would be really cool to build something like that. I'd love to build like an indoor practice facility for the football team.
Baseball?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, all sports. But just do some cool stuff. That's the stuff I would do. And then I'd leave a pretty good chunk for my kiddos.
Yeah.
But Tanya and I's life wouldn't change a whole lot. I mean, it'd change some, obviously.
So I can
but
see.
we wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'd still live in Guthrie, Oklahoma. Sorry, guys. And You know, I
I'm
mean,
gonna buy you tickets.
huh?
I'm gonna buy you tickets.
I would be more open and honest with my opinions if I had $1 billion, because it doesn't matter at the point we get canceled, right?
Well, but I think what matters to you don't want to. And I think this comes with a little bit of age. I don't want to make people mad.
Oh no,
You know, I'm not trying to.
I'm
get
talking about
people
small
upset.
stuff on here that we hold back that,
Yeah.
that's not too big of a deal, but we just hold back anyway.
Yeah, because Chris and I have had this conversation a lot. It's important to us. I know it's important to you too, but I want people to laugh when they watch this, to have a little fun. I'm not trying to make a group of people feel bad or upset a bunch of people.
Because it's going to
no.
change.
I'm not-
Well, because nobody's going to change their view on anything.
I'm not talking about on the podcast. I'm just talking about in general.
Oh.
In general.
So what you're saying is you live your life now censoring yourself?
Well, I got an image to maintain now.
I was going to say, boy, I'd rather they'd see you not censoring yourself.
Connor, what would you do? What do you want?
A couple things. If we can hit the comments, a couple things. T-Fred says you can buy lottery tickets with debit card. I did not know you can do that.
Those life-changing moments.
T-Fred's usually pretty good on that stuff. Jamie says, I'm so glad I met you recently, Phil.
Well, yes, Jamie, hi. You as well. It was at the chamber.
Yeah,
luncheon.
chamber event,
Very
yeah.
good. Yeah. Very good to meet you, Jamie.
Sarah says school needs a swimming program.
That would be, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of stuff I like to do. I mean, seriously. I mean, that would be cool because now you've left a legacy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
T-Fred says if he won $1 billion, he would put half in savings and buy a private jet.
Well, T-Fred's got T-Fred money now. He doesn't need them.
That's true.
I don't think he can afford the pay cut.
We'll continue with Phil's fan club. Kent, I'm glad I became Phil's friend tonight.
Oh, see,
Good luck.
Kent, he's your friend now.
I'm serious. I want to meet Kent.
I'm serious. You should definitely meet Kent.
Kent needs to come and go on one of our video adventures.
He's one of a kind.
Seriously. That'd be fun. Have Kent come. We could have guests go with us.
Kent, you're invited.
That
officially.
would be fun. No, I would like that. I really would. That'd be a lot of fun.
Who's editing your videos?
You.
Oh.
Chapel gave himself a walk-off. That was deserved, though. That was a well-deserved walk-off. Yeah.
What would you do with $1 billion, Chris?
Oh, boy.
Hopefully get some better lighting in here.
Why's he got to attack you?
I thought we worked hard
We're
on
doing
it
pretty
for a
well
couple
with the lighting.
days.
Well, Aaron did a great job.
Pay Aaron for his job.
Chris?
Well, I recruited Aaron.
I know.
Did I not?
Yeah.
I said Aaron has the answers.
What would you do if you won that? I mean, besides take care of me.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did. He put a lot back in the
He
Guthrie
would.
and the
He
Blue
would.
Jays.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He would.
I don't know. I would travel more.
Yeah.
Would you travel?
Yeah, that's what I
travel
would.
See, I'm not
You've been everywhere.
Yeah,
I have no desire to travel
Yeah.
anymore in my life. That's not true. I like taking trips with my family, but once a year, and not for extended periods of time. 4 or 5 days, I'm ready to come home. I got to come home.
You ready to go back to Nashville?
No, I'll never go back to Nashville. I won't. It's such a. I had them right in the palm of my hands, and they didn't appreciate the talent, so I'm never going back.
Did you play in a poker tournament?
When I
wasn't it?
ripped the shirt off and started swinging it, that was right there. Those
And we-
6
And we
guys.
just lost half our audience. Talking about Phil's shirt.
Oh,
What else people got for us?
That was a great question. Thank you, Mike.
that really was. That's a really good question. I appreciate that.
I would definitely take care of Guthrie schools
yeah.
and all that good stuff.
How cool? Okay, let me tell you this though. Would you be one? Because you don't have to disclose that you won. You can do it.
Is that
And
the law in Oklahoma?
That's the other thing.
You can be anonymous.
I'm not
in
telling
Oklahoma?
anybody.
I'm not telling
There
anybody.
ain't no way I'm telling anybody. And all the gifts would be anonymous. Everything would be anonymous.
You got to put them in trust funds.
Huh?
Put them in trust funds.
Well, yeah, we do that. But what I'm saying is you can make a gift to a foundation
Yeah.
and say they're anonymous.
Yeah.
Of course,
So-
now everybody would know.
Do you take the bulk, the one payment?
I
or
take
you-
lump
Yes,
sum.
you take all
I take
lump sum because you'll
Absolutely.
make more money in the
Yeah,
long run
on the
off interest and stuff like that. Yeah,
no doubt.
Instead of getting it paid out over 30 years, it's
Well, I'd
100%
make sure the
smarter.
government got their fair
Oh
portion
no,
of it.
no! The real winners in lottery is the government.
I don't know who this is.
Is it a random message?
It is.
Chapel's involved.
Chris would hire Tracy Lawrence to sing to him on demand. That's really not a stretch.
You lose over in Arkansas, it'd be a short drive.
It's not a stretch. We're in Arkansas.
I'd rather not say.
Oh.
Tango and Cash is his pups.
Oh, boy. A little unhealthy. It's a little unhealthy.
I'd buy some oceanfront property in Arizona.
Okay.
See, this is one of the many reasons I love my wife. Okay, you guys, I'll share this with you. So here's a text. Mikey, he's the new homeowner. They're showing his shop being built at the house.
A shop?
Yeah. My wife says...
What's Pruitt need a shop for?
Well, just stand by. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
There's a picture of his beautiful girlfriend. My wife sends this to our son. She's a speedboat dating a rowboat. Mike says, what does that even mean?
I saw him come up on your computer. Sorry.
That's outstanding. Yeah. I love my wife.
All right. Any more things real quick from audience or any that we need to get to? We got to do a couple of high school huddles.
Yeah, we'll do some huddle stuff. But I think the biggest thing, I think we can wrap this one up. And I'll go back to the only other thing Ronnie had was, we had a couple things, but we're going to skip over a couple of those.
That's more for oh boy.
More for oh boy, yeah.
Are you guys ever going to do another oh boy? Or
we need more subscribers.
Oh. You can still have them.
Yeah, we can have them.
Well, Phil's pretty busy.
Not that busy.
He works until 1 every day. Or he's done by 1 every day.
Got nap time. Jeez.
All right. So we
want to thank Jeff Chappell for the cameo.
No, we're going to stay live with the high school huddle.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's go.
We're staying live.
Yeah.
So
We are
the audience
recording.
can see.
Okay.
So the audience can see how we do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Right, so we got a few high
So
school
there might be
huddle-
multiple takes if it don't go right. Just so you know.
I think we can get it done. Go ahead and take the lower third off
Cousin
there.
Nathan's firing hard-hitting questions.
Well, let's. I haven't read it yet. And dangerously, what's Cousin Nate have to say? Take a look at this together. When we'll see some interviews from the new coaches for Guthrie. Working on that.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's summertime, Coaches Clinic was going on this week.
Yeah.
This is their time to be with their family, all that good
Yep.
stuff.
Trying
And
to
so
respect that.
We will bother them in August.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
They're going to get sick and tired of.
Yes. So we'll hope to talk to new cross country coach,
Yep.
new baseball coach.
Yep.
We're going to talk about that here in a second. Cross country, baseball,
Girls basketball.
girls basketball. Coach Clark.
You know her.
Brick.
Yeah.
I met her the other day.
Yeah.
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 So 3 new coaches at Guthrie this year. Is that
New
right?
head coaches. Was there a turnover with soccer?
Coach Davenport on the wrestling. His brother's going to be coaching as well.
With him?
Yes.
That's outstanding.
Nice.
That's
Yes.
very good.
Yes. Sweet.
Boy, he's done a great job at the wrestling
Yeah.
program.
Yeah.
Really has.
Good guy too.
And we need to talk about one of our own that's had a big week this past week.
Yeah. We're going to talk about
Talk
that.
about him.
So the high school huddle is our statewide show that we do, and we talk all sports, all teams, and all that good stuff. New volleyball coach, junior high volleyball at Guthrie. That's new. So if you watching this on Guthrie News page, again, do us a big favor. Go to second on YouTube and Facebook, but if I had to
Mainly
pick one,
YouTube.
I'd pick YouTube. But pick both of them and search Second Banana Media. Make sure it's us and all of our podcasters. There's another one out there, but be sure to subscribe, and that'll help us out with a bunch of stuff coming up with the high school huddle and some other podcasts as well. So that's our statewide show.
Yep.
And we're getting ready to record a segment of that, and so we're going to bring it live here on our open mic podcast. So was that 2 stones, 1 cast? Is that
Sure.
Is that
I don't know if that's right, but I'm going to go with it.
all right?
Good job, Chris.
All right. So let me get my notes ready there. Okay, so we can do it's going to be a lot of Guthrie stuff.
Well, that's all right.
That's okay. Okay. 3 Guthrie items.
Yep.
Hayden, golfers, Bennett. Okay.
Okay.
And then we can talk ADM,
Oh, yeah, ADM's definitely
and
something.
then the study for the OSSA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In that order?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. All right.
Oh, boy. Florida Gator.
Oh,
No, I can add them in here in a second, or after post-production. Yeah. Thank you. So take a break, producers. Thank you to Aaron and Connor, by the
Yeah,
way.
very good job.
I don't have my buttons in front of me. And
Oh, boy.
I'm doing pretty
it
good.
shows. You've been shaking this whole
Shaking a
time.
little bit.
You've been shaking the whole entire show.
No, they've done a great job. Okay. Ready?
Phil?
I'm ready.
High school huddle. Okay. Welcome inside the high school huddle alongside Ronnie Phillips and Nichols. I'm Chris Evans. We are getting closer to fall sports. I know the volleyball teams are getting ready. The football teams are getting ready. Softball teams are already practicing, getting ready for their season. Their season starts way before the football players do, but it'll be almost that time again. Still got a lot of news before we get into the coaches and the X's and O's and all the great matchups and all the great players. And we're going to talk about in a future podcast some of the top players in the state. But a lot of news out of Guthrie this week is Terry Bennett Jr. named the head baseball coach in Guthrie. Terry Bennett, of course, we are out of the Guthrie area, but Coach Bennett and I were classmates and teammates, and all the way back to elementary days. But Terry Bennett Jr. promoted. He's been on staff for a couple of years. Not only does he baseball, but he also helps out with the football program as well, offensive whiz. But named the head coach, and so congratulations to Terry Bennett, TBJ.
TBJ, of course, had been a head coach outside of the Guthrie School District before, and I think he's been a part of the baseball program for about 8 years.
Yep,
I believe that's correct.
Roughly.
So and he's a all-state pitcher for the Blue Jays. I asked John Chappell once if you had to pick one guy on the bump to win one game, who would you put out there? And he said Terry Bennett Jr., and he didn't hesitate. But yeah, I mean, just well-deserved. It's going to be fun to see what Terry does with the program. Of course, I know Ronnie. He's already reached out to you. You're going to be on the staff again next year with Terry, and Ronnie was on the staff last year, and of course, I know you've known Terry your whole life as well.
Sure have.
Saw him around the house a lot, I'm sure, growing up. Was he mean to you?
No, Terry's a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
Terry's a very gentle guy.
Yeah,
Again, program is an excellent choice for Terry Bennett. I think is great. He's just a wealth of knowledge. If you've ever been around him when talking baseball, he's so smart. He knows exactly what he's talking about. For a Braves fan, right? But he's very, very smart. And again, I told a lot of the kids last year, and I told people even after I graduated high school, all the way through my college years and everything, I said, Terry Bennett is the reason why I didn't have to pay for college, because he taught me how to throw my slider when I was a younger mate.
That's
and again,
cool.
he won't take credit for it. He always says, "No, I didn't teach you anything. You still had to execute the pitch." Terry, classic form, but great coach, wealth of knowledge. Very excited to have him on staff, and can't wait to get to work with him.
Yeah, and Terry's, you said he's just a good guy.
Yeah.
I think the kids will respond well to Terry. I think it was a good hire. It's going to be fun to see what he does with the program.
Yep.
And I want to say this, you got some great people coming back on the staff. I think we had 2 outstanding internal candidates. And I think that baseball's in good hands moving forward for the Blue Jays.
Some other news real quick. Of course, this is All-State Week, or last week was, this week is All-State Week with the Oklahoma Coach Association up in the Tulsa area. Wrestling, basketball, all the sports taking place. But another Guthrie kid, we got some Guthrie news. This is all pretty cool stuff. But Bo Dell was an All-State golfer this year for the boys team, Emily Beebe for the girls team as well. But with all that stuff, Bo Dell was honored with a Kyle Lewis scholarship of $1,000. Scholarship is named after Bethel's Lewis. Bethel's first name, I'm missing their name, Lewis. I apologize. I'm trying to find it real quick.
What's that, the Lewis kid?
Yeah. Kyle Lewis,
yeah.
Yes. Kyle Lewis. I just said that thing over. But he was a 10,010 All-State golfer, killed in a car wreck on the way home from Tulsa after playing the All-State event. And so his parents have a scholarship each year for a couple athletes. But Guthrie's Bo Dell was awarded that one. And it's based on good character, school activities, community service, financial need of the athlete. Bo was a valedictorian,
great kid.
Class
Great
president,
family.
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Bo Dell.
Well deserved.
On that award as well. So other news, John Smith of the Oklahoma State Cowboy Wrestling Program adds another name as Oklahoma State gets Hayden Simpson out of Guthrie. Hayden Simpson, a state championship wrestler this year. He's been a state placer a couple years, but Hayden Simpson gets a scholarship with John Smith's Cowboy program. So congratulations to Hayden Simpson.
Well, and I want to point this out. He's a 2-year All-American out of Fargo. If you're a wrestling fan, it don't get any better and bigger than Fargo. And so he finished 5th this year, 7th last year as a junior to make All-American status. Big-time week for Hayden. Of course, Hayden was a fine football player for the Blue Jays as well, but he's getting an opportunity to continue his education and continue to compete in a sport he loves in one of the finest wrestling programs in the country. Congratulations, Hayden.
Yeah.
That's a big-time accomplishment. And we all know, if you've ever wrestled, you know how hard those kids work. I mean, it is a tough existence. So we'll all look forward to watching Hayden in the wrestling room and hopefully on the mat with the Cowboys years to come.
My favorite still at wrestling duels and tournaments. Get off your back. Get off your back.
Get off!
Yeah, stand up.
I didn't think about either one of those things. Thanks for all the help.
Yeah. I was like, I think he's trying. I think he's trying.
See that other guy?
Yeah.
He's keeping him from doing that right now.
Yeah. I think he's trying. So, some news out of the OSAA. The tentative ADM, average daily membership, how many kids go to school in each school, came out. And, yes, Broken Arrow remains at number 1. No surprise there. Tulsa Union, number 2, no surprise there. 5,559 students in Broken Arrow High School. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's a lot of kids.
Tulsa Union, 4,524. Mustang, number 3.
Really?
Mustang, number 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so Mustang's the largest school here on the west side of the state. Jinx is number 4. Owasso, number 5. And then you have some west sides after that. Yukon, Moore, Edmond Santa Fe at 8, Westmore 9, Edmond North 10, Edmond Memorial 11. So with these numbers, Bixby stays at number 16, which is good news for 6A too.
Yeah.
Now, these numbers don't necessarily reflect football season for the next
Upcoming
couple of
year.
years.
Right.
The next 2 years are locked in. But it's always interesting to see some of these numbers. And look at Deer Creek. They're now at number 18. Remember, they were 4A for a while, 5A for a while. I mean, heck, they were even 3A, 2A for a little bit. But they're 8. So they're a couple slots, couple years away from being 6A large, 6A1.
They are. No doubt.
But they have 1,880 students on campus.
What stands out to me, though, is this, too. Bixby's at 16, and, of course, they moved up, like you said, but over the last 5-6 years, they've beaten Owasso, they've beaten Broken Arrow, they've beaten Jinx, they've beaten the much bigger schools.
You talking about Deer Creek?
I'm talking about Bixby.
Oh, Bixby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So with an enrollment of 1,900 compared to an enrollment of 5,500, that even makes what they've done over there even more impressive.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, unbelievably impressive.
Some interesting notes looking at the 6A is Piedmont is now the smallest 6A school by the ADM. Again, for football, they're going to be in 5A for the next 2 years, but they are now above that 5A line. They're now 6A with 1,258. They're up there by 5 spots over Midwest City,
who's now 5A.
Who is now 5A. They're 5A this year for football, but those were pre-COVID numbers. But now with real numbers, real data, Midwest City's now 5A.
Wow.
And let me tell you something, boys.
Well, 5A numbers.
Let me tell you, that changes everything in
Yeah.
5A football, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got to be a favorite every year.
Midwest City, Dale City, all now 5A now.
Oh, I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah.
When I think Midwest City for like all the sports, basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Sapulpa is the second largest in
Sapulpa.
5A. I mean, the top, Claremore, Talcott, Eisenhower. Dell City's now 38, so 6 largest in 5A. So they're starting to settle in, I think, for next couple years, maybe
In 5A.
decade in 5A. And then there's some other ones in there. Shawnee numbers come down a little bit. But just looking at 5A numbers, Ardmore is now the second to the bottom.
Isn't that crazy?
And they keep getting smaller.
It's like Plainview and all those towns
Could be,
nearby are taking these kids away from
what
them.
about Shawnee? They were 6A at one point, weren't they?
Yeah.
And you said their numbers are dropping.
Oh, drastic.
So where
the
are these
48.
kids going?
They're below Guthrie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're going off to, Dale, Latta, these schools?
Round Creek.
Round
Rock
Creek?
Creek is a new high
Round
school in the
Creek,
Shawnee area.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So that
Crazy.
that definitely brings them down a little bit. But, yeah, I thought Ardmore being second from the bottom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's little.
Yeah,
Shocking.
Bishop McGuinness, the largest 4A school according to these ADMs.
Now, will they be football this year, 4A, or basketball?
Well, if these were the final numbers and they were deciding football districts for the next 2 years, Bishop McGuinness would actually be 5A because Santa Fe South
Does not have a program.
does not have a football
Okay,
program.
So they're still playing 5A football.
for the next 2 years.
For the
And
next 2 years.
if this came out today,
Right.
McGuinness would be another
Right.
2 years.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So these numbers won't necessarily dictate that. I think
Okay.
it's next year's numbers.
So scheduling is 2 years out, so that's why they're locked in.
Correct.
That's why Piedmont's not going to 6A1 next
Right.
year to compete.
Yeah.
Scheduling's 2 years out.
Yeah. Newcastle, the third largest in 4A. I mean, how close are they to 5A? Newcastle in 5A
Wow.
football.
Wow.
That would be. I mean, Elgin moving up is.
Where's Tuttle?
What about Tuttle?
Yeah. That total's 77. So they're 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So they're a little bit away.
Okay.
The
Well, let me
one,
just
the
say
one
this.
is the one is Blanchard that continues to get bigger and bigger. I guess they built a bridge or something that really makes it easier, or a road or whatever that connects Blanchard to Oklahoma City a lot easier. So I think that's why those numbers are getting higher at Blanchard.
But, of course, our Blue Jays play Tuttle this year in football. Everybody's asking me about that game. I said, listen, boys, we
was
watched
good.
Tuttle in the state championship game last year. They got a lot of kids back.
Yeah.
4A football, in my opinion, top to bottom, is better than 5A football.
Overall
Top
as
to
a
bottom.
class.
Yeah, overall as a class. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. This doesn't mean they won't beat Carl Albert. Doesn't mean
I'm
they're
not-
in
I'm
a
saying
state
top
championship.
to bottom, right? Just overall good quality football teams. I think there's more of them in 4A than there is in 5A.
By the way, Cushing's the smallest 4A school according to the last ADM numbers. So I always think those ADM numbers are always interesting to
Yeah.
look at.
Yeah.
And there, so just remember, in a couple of years, there's going to be a 2A1, a 2A2, an A1, an A2, a B1, and a B2. So it'll be fun to watch numbers here in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Now I think these would have not necessarily effect on baseball, softball this year, but maybe next year. So anyway, we'll see. But if you want to check out those numbers, you can always go to the OSSA's website and you go underneath classification and you can see all the numbers right where you. By the way, smallest school in the state of Oklahoma.
Ooh.
On
What?
average, 14.91 students.
Caddo, Oklahoma.
No. Gattle's got good athletics.
Well, I know. That's
Is it
so
Freedom?
small.
Freedom. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Phil. Who says he doesn't do homework?
How'd you do that?
I looked.
Okay. 14.91. I knew he looked. I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
I cheated. Freedom? I cheated. Freedom? I cheated. My only question was, did I read it right? Because I don't have my contacts in, so
Yeah.
I'm blind as a bat right now.
All right, we'll move on to our last topic of the night, and this for here on the High School Huddle. Appreciate everyone watching here on the High School Huddle. Be sure to subscribe to Second Banana Media and also like that button. It really helps us out. You can also catch us on any of your favorite podcast platform, whether it be Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you can find the High School Huddle. It's there. We appreciate you subscribe. If you don't want to watch video, you can always listen to the audio at your leisure. So the House of Representatives will be doing a study on the Oklahoma Secondary Schools Activities Association this summer. It's going to be led by Representative Ty Burns. He's a Republican out of Pawnee. Burns says the study will look at the OSSAA's finances and the organization's policies related to the student-athlete transfers and eligibility that he feels favor students a better means. He says, quote, during my time in office, many constituents have come to me with concerns that the OSSAA and their board have become more biased over time. He says the concern is the potential harm that could cause our student athletes who, for any number of reasons, might wish to transfer schools but continue to play the sports they love and that they may plan to pursue after high school. Burns said currently if a student athlete transfers to a school district outside of where they live, that student has to sit out a year before being eligible to participate in their chosen sport. This takes away an entire year of experience from students who already have a key limited playing window. He also says, Burns says, that he's heard center around rule number 8 in the OSSA manual, Title 70, blah, 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 that pertains to school. This year, Burns introduced House Bill 3968, which would allow students who transferred during the summer break to a school district outside where they currently reside to maintain their eligibility to participate in sports. Current rules require students to settle a year unless granted a hardship by the OSSAA. The bill would also allow transfer students who are dependents of active uniformed military personnel to be exempt from the 1-year waiting period. If the students transferred during the academic year or more than once, their eligibility would be determined by the OSSAA. The bill would not change current recruiting rules and would have allowed superintendents to remain the deciding factor on whether or not to approve or deny a student's transfer. The bill failed to receive enough votes to pass out of the House Committee of Education and did not advance, which sparked this study. And then there's an attorney that we'll talk about here in a second. His name is Kevin Stain, and Kevin Stain, the brief research I've seen on him is an attorney out of Idabel, and he has represented several student athletes on whether they, with hardship waivers in front of the OSSAA board. Has lost many of them, and I think he does them for free because he absolutely 100% without a doubt despise the OSSAA. No. And so I checked him out on Facebook because I was wanting to, I want to be fair to the whole deal and look at it. And I think he had a birthday celebration. He was wearing a shirt that said OSSAA sucks. So I mean that tells you how far in he is. And there's other attorneys that are on this as well. So I just want to kind of get your guys' thoughts on that deal. It's a back and forth deal. The OSSAA, they have a tough job because if you rule against somebody with their eligibility, it's an emotional deal. It's a big deal.
So this is kind of like the college rule, kind of transfer without having to sit out, right? Is that what we're kind of talking about?
Well, you got to make a bona fide move.
Yeah.
To be able to play the next year. It means your family has to literally move, which I don't know how else you could regulate it.
Right. And so if you start your freshman year at Stillwater High School, but then you want to go to Bixby,
your family has to move to Bixby.
Your family has to move to Bixby.
Okay.
Again, I still don't see the problem with that.
What's wrong? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, and that's the deal. They I guess they're wanting the player to be able to, and it comes with the transfer that came a couple of years ago for that schools that's now a law, but they are wanting to play. And listen, there are situations that make 100% for this.
No doubt.
And you've had a couple of great examples.
Yeah, no doubt. And Chris and I have talked about this off the air.
And is it not an individual case by case?
Which to me is how they currently do it. They evaluate, they look at the situation, they factor all things, and they make a determination. Listen, now I want to file my disclaimer. I think the leadership, the staff at OSSA does a fabulous job, and I know many of them, and so I'm following my disclaimer. So because I tend to automatically say I support what they're doing because I think they're good people working really hard trying to do the right thing. There's not one person that works at the OSSAA that isn't about children and kids. That's why they do this. They were all administrators, athletic directors, coaches.
Superintendents.
The superintendents. I mean, these are people that have dedicated their lives to the children of Oklahoma. So I'm not cynical enough to think that what do they have? This is always my deal, guys. What do they gain by making a tough decision? What do they gain? They're not gaining anything from this. Are we to believe that they're somehow being bought off? I mean, is that I think that's what this attorney wants people to believe.
Yeah.
That there's something underhanded going on.
I mean, he has a Facebook page called Citizens of Oklahoma Advocate for Change within the OSSAA.
I mean, obviously. Now, he has a right to that. And I want to say this about Representative Burns. A very honorable man. He's a big family man. I think he's married, got 5 children, I believe. He's a Purple Heart recipient, Bronze Star, has a CIB, his Combat Infantryman badge, served our country proudly. I'm not saying anything disparaging about him as a man because I don't know him, but I know reading his bio, this is a man that has spent his life, serving. So I don't know him well enough to have an opinion. I do think we have more important things to evaluate in the state of Oklahoma than how the OSSAA is being ran. I mean,
and that's why they have studies for different.
But you already do audits. They already do audits. It's not like their finances aren't being looked at.
Yeah.
So here's how the attorney would respond to that. If the OSSAA is so great, why doesn't anyone speak on their behalf and explain how beneficial they are to our state? Why not explain why they have almost $4 million in assets, money securely tucked away in 14 different, and I don't know if this is true or not, I'm just reading what he says, tucked away in 14 different banks while they continue to increase ticket prices and give internal raises. I mean, there are 481 superintendents, countless athletic directors, and coaches, and not a single word in support of them. Not a single board member ever says how great they are publicly. Some will screenshot this post and say they did other posts today and will sit in silence. Speak up. We want to hear your version of what is going on.
So does he really believe nobody supports the OSSAA?
Well, no one's I'm sure there's a few that are not saying that would want to get out, but if you get out and start your own little deal,
you're sucked in the middle of it.
You're gonna have to some type of board decide what you want to happen.
So what is his proposal? It's the Wild West and just let everybody do what they want? I mean, is that what he wants?
He said there are over 700,000 students in the 481 schools in Oklahoma that belong to the OSSAA. In 2020, only 671 children transferred in schools in the state of Oklahoma and requested eligibility to play. Therefore, only less than 1% of the kids in the member schools transferred that year. But if you have open transfer, that
number will go way up.
It'll go way up. Yeah.
Can you imagine trying to coach a group of kids? Man, I'm going to take my ball. We're going to go play. We're not happy with you, Guthrie coaching staff. We think you're not. So we're just going to move. We're going to go play for Edmond Memorial. We're just tired of you.
Then you don't think they should be allowed to do that?
Not in high school.
Why not college, but not high school?
Yeah, absolutely. High school kids ain't making hundreds of millions of dollars for universities.
Yeah.
College kids are.
Well, but I get his. I'm play advocate here. I get his point. There are some kids who have limited playing who are not going to play out their high school, and they got to sit out a whole year.
Case by case, right?
Case by case.
Right. I mean, again, but if they're not, but if they don't physically move, then right, they can't do that, right?
So the money follows where the parents live.
I'm just playing advocate.
No,
here.
I know, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just pointing out some facts. Where does the money go? The money follows the kid, or does it follow the school district currently?
School district.
School district. So if they live here, but they go to school to a district that's one over, and they live here, that money's still going to this school district where they're no longer going to school. So how do you rectify that?
Good.
I mean, but how do you?
Yeah.
You don't.
You don't.
Yeah. I mean, so there's just a lot of variables. I think this is just my opinion. I think you have an attorney that obviously, if he has a T-shirt that says the OSSAA sucks.
And how's that fix things? I mean,
it doesn't fix anything.
It doesn't do anything.
He's being just a loudmouth.
It's just for clicks.
It's all it is.
I'm just, man, that if you're really wanting to get stuff fixed, you have a working relationship.
I think in the past there has been some stuff that's went on at the OSSAA with other leadership years ago that warranted a lot of hard looks. And I think that's well documented. And I think what David and his staff has done and what the board members have done over the last several years, I think they've done nothing to show me anything but integrity and honesty and doing the right thing and trying to do the right thing for kids. Somebody's always going to be mad. What it sounds to me like is this attorney has somehow gotten Mr. Burns, Representative Burns, to carry this torch.
I think he sent it all to the reps and was looking for someone to pick it up, and
somebody picked it up. And it's okay.
It's okay, yeah.
Listen, if there's nothing going on that's wrong, this will all wash out in the end.
It's not a big deal then.
So it's not a big deal. Let them take a look.
This is just an investigation or whatever.
Let
you
them go look.
Yeah.
I have the utmost confidence in the leadership there.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a whole lot to do about nothing. Now I hope they don't spend a lot of taxpayers' resources doing this. But it sounds to me like an attorney that doesn't like a group.
Yeah, and if they want, I've heard talks that we need to form our own body, governing body.
So who's going to run that?
So wouldn't it be the same?
Yeah, same situation.
I mean, I guess you can have athletic directors.
I guess.
But if there's a situation that happens at A school and B and C school saying, now you have B and C, A, and then you have all this, they're mad. At least they're mad at a OSSAA board.
Body.
An independent body. Yeah, they're not mad at the member school.
Because Chris and I had a great discussion.
Yeah, it was a good discussion.
Where I took a position that I don't believe.
Right.
But was just arguing it with Chris just to have a good conversation about it. And, you got to factor in a human element, right? I mean, we're all human beings, so you're asking an awful lot. If you say, just let the ADs manage it, take care of themselves, Boy, you talk about you're putting a lot of baby.
Boy.
Because the board, the OCC board, is made up of superintendents for each region, and then that region votes in that superintendent to be a board member, and at least it's somewhat independent. And there's times where superintendents at those hardships have to recuse themselves, among other things as well.
They're recusing themselves on
Those are all public funds with the OSAA, so they have to do audits on their financials.
Yeah.
It's not like it's the Wild West over there and they got a slush fund they can operate in and out of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, to me, it'll all work itself out. If there's something there, great, let's find out. Because if there is something there, I want to know about it.
Sure.
Right.
I mean, I just have absolute confidence in the staff and the leadership over there. I just think it's a whole lot to do about nothing.
Yeah, and it's a topic that I thought, I went back and forth that this should be something that we discuss, and I think to be fair to everything that we should discuss it.
Yeah,
and
sure.
then there's going to be people who totally disagree with us, and
Right.
some agree.
That's
and
okay.
that's fine. That's
okay.
That's why we have these discussions, and
100%.
I welcome the study and see what happens.
Yeah,
and
take a look.
Take a look, and go from there. And I think it'd come back good, and then these people are going to
Move on.
move on. or-
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, good stuff.
Good talk.
anyway, that is
talk,
the
Rick.
high school. And it's good to talk about it now, so we
Yeah.
can get this behind us and start getting ready for
Get ready
the real stuff.
This is what matters, the kids, the teams.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because let me tell you something, guys, and we're going to break this down a lot over the next few weeks. We have some absolute studs in the state of Oklahoma on the football field.
Can't wait to talk about it.
It is.
One list has McCarty at number 6.
Well, that list is on crack.
Yeah.
Well,
We're gonna talk about that list.
They took a look, not as a high school player, but they took a look at what they could be in college. I think.
Okay, well, great. Well, I could still play for the Cowboys if I get a couple breaks. I mean, all I know is we saw a lot of the supposed best players in the state last year, right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yep.
And I'm telling you right now, I didn't see a better all-around football player anywhere in the state of Oklahoma than the kid from McAllister, Oklahoma.
Pretty good.
By the way,
Not even close.
we cover. I mean, we do a lot of for all the classes. If you say, hey, Chris and Phil and Ronnie, if you were specialized in one class, our specialty would be Class 5A. We like all the classes, but we would specialize in Class 5A. I've seen one publication come out so far, and 5A early rankings. What do you think is number one?
In 5A,
5A.
McAllister.
Number 2,
Probably Midwest City or Carl Albert.
Carl Albert. Number 3.
3 or 4 would be Midwest City.
3 is McGinnis.
Okay.
4, Collinsville.
4 is Collinsville.
They don't have Midwest City in the top 5.
Hold on, I'm getting there.
5 would be Guthrie.
5 would be Guthrie. 6 would be Midwest City. 7 would be Dell City. I know Dell City lost Stud, the IMG,
Yep.
but
Stone.
I've not gone officially yet, so people can laugh at my early rankings here, I guess, here in a couple of weeks when we debut those.
We get to see it on the field, though, boys.
But, man,
I'm telling you
Dell
right now.
City's going to be up there near the top.
I'm telling you right now,
100%.
Midwest City is not in the top 5.
And the cool thing
That
is,
is absolutely insane.
and Ronnie said it, we can see on the field,
Was this Vipe?
Midwest City and
Was this Vipe?
Midwest City and McAllister will play for a conference.
Yep,
game. So
sure will.
That will be fun. But yeah.
So, all due respect to our friends at Vipe, you are smoking a pipe if you have
Well,
Midwest City outside the top 5.
We'll see.
No, that's just my opinion. That is insane.
We'll
That
see.
is absolutely
That's a good thing
insane.
about college, high school football. We get to see it all on the field, baby.
Collinsville graduated literally everybody last year.
Yeah.
Well, that's the cool thing. We can have your top. We can look at it. And
I've always said, and this is really, you know what? You said we were going to be more direct. I've always said,
well, I don't know high school.
oh, I can't do that. Okay, never
Go
mind.
ahead. No, go ahead.
And I have a lot of respect for guys at Vipe. I do, in a lot of ways. I think they do a lot of good things.
They sent me a free magazine.
Yeah, I've always said their predictions tend to follow the ad spend. I've always said that. Yeah,
It's different.
Okie dokie. I'm just telling you.
The good thing, Phil, you'll be able to come back here in about 12 weeks and say, told you so.
Listen, I hope Guthrie, because we're Guthrie people, is 5 in 5A. That's where we're starting. Okay? I'm gonna make
Of
my
course,
Guthrie-
rankings mean
Mean
zero.
nothing.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna make my Guthrie friends mad. They're not in my top 5.
Yeah,
and I love the Blue Jays.
I'm not a fan of preseason rankings either.
No, I think they're a joke because we don't know. I mean, we lost Guthrie
at
lost
any
their
level.
entire starting
At
offensive line.
high school or college, I hate them.
I mean, it's just it's like they take nothing. listen, in 5A, if you have one stud, superstar, stud, skilled kid, you have a shot to go deep. If you got two, you got a really good shot to win state, right? That's true in 5A, 4A. I mean, that's true, okay? There's one or two teams that have physical freaks, more than two physical freaks on their team. And one of those teams is Midwest City. Now, I realize you got to put it all together. We've seen teams over the years that had more talent, but they couldn't play as a team. So I understand that. That can happen.
Injuries,
whatever. But I think you're absolutely insane if you don't think Midwest City is a top 5A school. I just do. I just think you're crazy.
We'll see how it all pans out here as football season is upon us. Also, volleyball and softball season is upon us. That'll wrap it up here on the High School Huddle for Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans. We'll talk to you next time. Okay. Connor, don't hit anything.
Yeah, don't touch anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it still recording? Okay.
Okay. All right. That is the High School Huddle podcast.
Thanks for everybody who hung on our open mic.
Yeah.
Appreciate
We got
it.
some people there?
Yeah, we still got people.
All right, then. What are we doing now?
Kent text me. I like me some Phil. And because if he likes him, that's what he says. I like me some whatever it is. And so when he says it, he means it.
What would be fun, though, seriously, if we could get, and I know his schedule's probably crazy with his job, but if there's any way we could do something.
He's got a lot of PTO hours.
Invite guests, have a guest come with us, that'd be a hoot and a half.
Yeah.
That'd be so much fun. That'd be so much fun.
All right.
Oh, we're going to go noodling, boys.
Ooh.
Noodling.
Ouch.
Okay.
We're going noodling. No, he's going too. No, he's going.
Noodling.
Cousin Steven take us to the spot.
I'm down. I've done that since I was a kid.
Kent doesn't like the preseason rankings either.
Well, it's insane.
Yeah.
Preseason rankings are always a joke.
C stands for comments.
It's an absolute joke.
There's Kent. Well, I think
we even use the same words.
Well, he's talking about college, and
No, I know, but I agree.
And I'll talk to you. We'll talk more about that because we'll talk about an hour and a half. We go into that right now.
All right. I think is that wrap it up. You got any more? You can take it off. There you go. Anything else we're missing? Open mic.
On open mic.
Mike.
Wrap it.
Man, we're getting done early tonight, boys.
Well, evidently we're not in a recession. There's a new definition of recession in the United States.
Man.
Do we not have time to tackle this one?
Well, let's go into it just for a second at least. So,
I got one
earlier in the week.
Wait a second. Go ahead, Chris.
I got to wrap. This.
Go ahead. No, I know what you're replying to.
And I usually don't get to.
I know. Here we go.
Yeah, I'll say it because it is so bad. So the White House puts this on Facebook and says, under this administration, the current drop in gas prices remains one of the fastest declines in over a decade. Gas prices have declined by an average of nearly 60 cents since the peak last month, and the average gasoline price is now $3.99 or less in four states.
Four states.
Well, it went up during your administration. I mean,
No, don't get blamed for
Don't
what
be
happened.
bragging.
It's like bragging about how much
Yeah.
unemployment's came down because unemployment was up because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Pandemic ends. Guess what, boys? People are going back to work. I mean, it's
I was like, I can't believe they put that out there.
Oh, yeah.
This is what happens when nobody holds, and I'm saying all politicians. All politicians. This is what happens when nobody truly holds politicians accountable for their BS that they spew out of their mouths every freaking day. They just sit up and lie about stuff, and everybody just lets it happen. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So bad.
Oh.
Ugh.
I mean, and nobody believes this crap.
No, nobody's
that's the whole
fault.
thing.
No.
I mean, I like to watch this press secretary because, thank you, Cousin Nate, but I like to watch the press secretary because she shows me every day new ways to lie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, she's like, she could teach those hacks on how to lie with a straight face.
Changing the.
I mean, it is the most now listen, all press secretaries,
Yes.
part of their job,
Is
whether
to
it's
make the
Republican or
president look
Democrat, is
good.
to
Yep.
stand up to it.
Yep.
So I get that. But most press secretaries are at least good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's terrible at it. You can tell with her own facial expressions. She doesn't even believe the crap she's saying.
The definition of GDP, right? In order for it to be a recession, you have to have two consecutive quarters in the negative, and that's what it was. Yeah. And then earlier in the week, President Biden said we will not be in a recession, and then we go into a recession. Then he says, I'm not surprised by it, and then comes out later on saying we're not in a recession.
This is the same president in the last 3 weeks has said he was accepted to the Naval Academy, even though the year he said he was accepted was the year he graduated from college. So that's a lie. The same president that just last week said he had cancer. Well, that's a lie. I mean, I saw the headline. It's just one thing after another.
I saw the headline on that. Did he misspeak?
No, he said we had cancer.
He said me and so many others from Delaware that have cancer.
Because it's so dirty there.
Because he had it before, right?
That's what he's
But
he's never had it.
I just didn't know if he had misspoke.
It's just one lie after another.
I saw the headline.
They said it's his dementia, too. So they admitted he has a little bit of dementia, too.
I mean, you can't make this crap up. I mean, you really can't. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
78 years old, man.
Bonkers, man.
Right, 78?
Yeah, shakes hands with invisible people.
It's just insane.
Led around like this.
Tough deal. I mean, if you're 78 and you're being followed like the president, that's...
Well, and listen, I don't...
It's...
Going to other countries begging for gas.
I have a lot... Yeah, you literally load up and spend millions of dollars, fly to another country to ask them to give you gas when we're not allowing drilling in our own country. And then they make these great comments.
And they're mad about climate change.
And then they make these great comments like, well, there's all these permits and nobody wants. Well, of course nobody wants to go drill. Would you want to drill when you have an administration that states that one of their goals is to put people that drill out of business?
Right.
Well, yeah, let's go throw hundreds of billions of dollars doing that when we have an administration that says they want to put you out of business.
Yep.
I mean, they're idiots. And I'm not saying that the Republicans aren't without their share of idiots. They have idiots too. But right now, the idiots that are in office are the Democrats, and they're doing insane stuff.
All three chambers.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Good. I got to go and take a nap.
It's not amazing. No surprise that the gas prices are where they are with their executive orders. Right when he took in, and then.
Well, he said, I'm not going to run my office by executive orders, but within the first 2 weeks, he signed over at, 80?
Yeah. He had more in his first 2 weeks than any other president in the history of our country.
Yeah.
And obviously.
No clue what he was signing, just was told to sign, obviously.
Yeah, it's obviously not, all presidents make all decisions by themselves, but I think more so there's more people involved outside of more presidents for making decisions.
What bothers me the most is it feels like, set aside Republican or Democrat or Independent or Libertarian, set aside your political affiliation, and let's just look at things as an American, okay? Well, nobody can be happy with how things are going right now. Nobody. Not if you're paying attention. You're paying more for food. You're paying more for utilities. You're paying more for gas. You're paying more for everything.
Well, the Feds just raised the
another 0.75,
interest again.
Another 75 bits. I mean,
and they're thinking about doing it again in September too. So.
No, they will do it again in September. Yeah. I mean, it's insane. It's absolutely. We're sending billions of dollars to one of the most corrupt countries in the world, the Ukraine. Corrupt country. Billions of dollars. But we couldn't find $5 billion to secure our own borders.
Yep.
I mean, and then we're supposed to take these politicians serious. I mean, it's insane. Absolutely. And I've talked more about politics in public than I have.
Mine isn't either, Billy. Mine is not either.
401k is not happy.
Mine is not either.
A lot of people are not happy. So
Gladys says her Prius runs on Good Vibes and Grateful Dead tunes. I love you, Gladys. I don't know who you are, but that's a hell of a line. I like that. Yeah, 401k is it's not a 401k anymore.
Yeah,
no, it's insane.
And you're usually not supposed to look at those because it goes up and down.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're not collecting on it yet, but we've got some people, I've got friends that are living on their investments.
Yeah.
And it is horrible for them right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, so I'm telling you, people, I mean, you better wake the heck up because it is a bad situation.
All right.
Oh, and by the way, just for the record, I am him, and I'm sitting there with a blue shirt in the middle of the table.
What was that about? I don't
One of the
follow.
most insane things I've ever seen in my life.
Did you see it, Ronnie?
No.
I am the vice president
Oh, yeah.
My pronouns are. And I am here
her
with
and
a
she.
blue jacket sitting at the end of the table.
And call me.
And everybody in the world started laughing at our country.
So worried.
Just insane.
And I hate no more
insane.
state and local, but why did she?
Can we end on a positive note? Tina wants to end on a positive note. Yes, Tina, we'll end on a positive note.
Let's.
Well, we're going to go on adventures. That's going to be very, very positive.
Now,
It's
this
gonna be
is
so
something
much
I would
fun.
like to put out there. I want the people listening to send us comments or get with us and tell us what adventures you would like to see us go on that would make us uncomfortable.
Hold on. Do not
Chris
send,
is
do
doing
not
this
send them
already.
to Chris.
No,
Send them to
'cause
me or
he'll
Phil.
censor-
Me or
Chris will
Phil.
censor them. We won't see all of them.
Me or Phil.
Wild boar hunting, that'd be fun.
Wild boar hunting. Is that the aggressive pigs?
Those are the hogs
Yeah,
that can cut
hogs,
you up. Yeah. We'll do that. Yeah, you're down. We're not using guns, though.
Cages?
A knife.
Oh no. Jumping out of trees and
That's
tackling
right.
them?
I've never been in a small airplane before.
You haven't? I like my pilots full time, just
Yeah.
like my surgeons. Just so everybody knows.
You know what? I've already done that, Billy. Billy Poplin says a boat ride
With Tim?
with Tim. Yeah,
Tim
and
Who?
Tim Hurd.
yeah. You don't know him, Phil.
Okay.
Billy, I blame you more than I blame Tim.
Oh, boy. There's a backstory.
Yeah, no, there's a backstory to it.
Oh, Guthrie haunts? John
Tim,
wants to go to
yes,
Guthrie
Tim,
haunts?
bad. Billy, you set me up. And Rod knew about it too, but you led me out to the boat. About died that day.
About died. We're going noodling. We could do that next month.
That's tomorrow.
This weekend. Come on.
Paddle boards.
Paddle boards. Well, that sounds like work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paddle boards on the gut. Tina, can we do something that we can have a cold beer if we want? Doesn't paddleboard, when you have to stand up?
That sounds like way too much.
That's a lot of
I'm
work,
not trying
Tina.
to burn my arms out. I mean, I want something that's going to scare Chris. Paintball. Oh, we got to do paintball for sure.
But did you die?
That's the deal. But did you die? I remember I was with
awesome.
Fire Chief Eric Harlow one time, and he got a call, and he's running code. And I'm like, he goes, "Don't worry, I'm not going to crash." I was like,
Did you feel better the second he said
"No,
that?
no." We got there quick.
All right. We rounding third.
Yeah,
What's the elbow trip? What's that?
I don't see that yet.
John, you'll have to enlighten us on the elbow trip. They have that boat that you can drink and you pedal on one of the Guthrie. Okay, I'm down for that. What about a different restaurant in Guthrie and do a little promotional for that restaurant?
Well,
that's a good idea, Cousin Nate.
Are they sponsors, Nathan?
Sponsorships would be
Are they,
great.
are they sponsors?
Yeah.
Gotta be sponsors.
Hey, Guthrie football's coming up.
Oh,
We can always
boy.
we can you if you want to get your message out.
Guthrie
Yeah,
football.
that's true. Yeah, get with us. We can help you with that.
Thank you
Video
to
commercial.
S&T Oilfield Services, one of our newest ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people can't afford commercials for the business on all the big
Yeah.
news channels and
stations.
networks and all that stuff. But you can have one on your local town, and
That everybody listens to and watches, I'm sure.
yeah, on Friday night. Yeah, it's a fun football schedule in Guthrie this year. So if you do want to advertise your business, we can definitely get that on there this year and have your own commercial and video commercial and all that good stuff. So
Before we get off, because I'm just sitting there, I've got a guy, all I can think of is, whoa, Nelly, right?
Yeah.
Who am I talking about?
And the sports announcer.
Okay.
yeah.
One of
Jackson.
Keith Jackson, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Keith Jackson, one of the greatest ever. Who's your favorite? I know, is yours Mushmurder?
Chris.
I love Brett
I
Musburger.
know you do.
Yeah.
That's yours?
Do these guys ever lose?
Yeah.
Not today.
he was pretty good. I liked him too.
They were all, well, there was, oh man, there's some good ones out there. There's some good, free food, Cousin Nate says.
That's a sponsorship I can get behind.
I can get behind that. All right.
All right, we're going to get out of here. Appreciate Aaron and Connor producing tonight. I didn't have my pad. They did a good job. We got to work on communication on comments. That's the only thing that's a little.
Okay.
I thought it went well.
No, it went really good. I just,
Criticizing
they,
the help.
no. I'm just making it easy.
He's 11, Chris. He's 11.
No, I'm trying to
And
make
your
it
nephew.
easier for him.
Crying now.
No, I'm trying to make it easier for him.
Uncle Chris, take you getting ice cream
No,
afterwards.
you did a
Doing
great
good
job.
buddy.
Uncle Chris is going to take you getting ice cream afterwards.
Yeah.
Good job.
Milkshake.
I thought that was Phil. No, he's a cross country runner now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Salad. Dry salad.
You got bottled water over there. All right, we're out of here. Thank you for all the great comments,
Yeah,
all the back and
appreciate you.
forth, and it was
We
a
even
fun show.
appreciate the bad comments.
Yeah.
There were 2 of them.
Yeah.
Can add a lot of them.
Appreciate Mr. Chappell.
Yes.
That was
Thanks for
funny.
making a cameo, Jeff. That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
All right, that'll do it for the huddle. Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans. Talk to you next time. Oh, no.
On the huddle?
Open mic.
Open mic.
They get it, yeah.
Yeah, they get it.
Whatever.
405-826-3000. Let me know what you think.
Go ahead and hit the stream button and the record button, Connor.
Yep.
Ready.
All right.
Hit that
3,
stream.
2, 1, we done. I like it.
That was good.
Assume the mics are still on for